minister confirm say ampa oma shase kra mo no opani no edi eye enkomo na no na coach maso kunadu eden some do dia to just say opani no if I do buy ye anya hwe kra no or the discipline about Black Stars team tinkabaya ono ne efe no ne ministry ni na no eye adwen omonsan Marcus Grace ento adwumadie ne so Lawrence Atizigi enso de na no ato sanse mu a ni na ne yakoba na yabedi san komo no etimi edi amamo insurance 4.5 midweek edition of Nhyira guitar passwords etinkonwama edi amamo garbage ram gabi the formula edi eko amanina ye ba abida fatana se judo usuba for and Fifi Manfred Mr. Umunana become Richardo na edi dwumadie no enso etimi edi amamo good morning ye she dwumadie na se edi afi amanene. Mentu the oken nan we amiti it is own so the aso ntem ne nkoro o say o from mentu from
still not to make
Pacho see them at good morning
Pacho how far
Pacho now what to say
me adom
how far breakfast and no pay us for you man bezi apopo ama I no poso
Mini
if we di uti yo
you know I don't eat in the morning mini
mati
we and me ko afia o
mati
mini die
mati
na me o mut say
o nyame adom me ti say Chelsea player ka so the Chelsea so na the Manchester so obviously it's Manchester United and bigger me so okay
yes bu di tuo di na chi e wa Chelsea wa kai
Andres Santos akwano nimbo mpa o nimbo mpa so otutu kwa bobo bibiri so what I say oba owura ye dey owura talent was Charlie say timbu o say so sa debate dey now is settled
Ghana choke you
oba Chelsea no o na say akwanye no
what is the dream club
my players don't make it to where
Akwemi fi South America ko Saudi Arabia friend say Ali Tifak
okay
o say Tifak in the dream club Tifak in reach in it the Ben also there is a boy
we need the Ben who dream this over about is Tifak players o mun kan grab back
teleprompters in him na all can that is okay I mean I think say
of course
they are united for be penisi be Obebo a couple of seasons, no one be a legend. Brazil have not had good success when it comes to midfielders at United. Okay, Fred, edu maybe because friend Apostle Fred, but started kama. It didn't really end well. Casemiro was the twilight of his career at Manchester United. So I'm sure that for United fans, they won't care about player because now United is the best club in the world, but really. So it's me by United. Not born now. Me who is all ball with the Brazil under 23 side or you're the captain. You're afraid to call the Brazilian national team. Some of us said there was no way Brazil will have proper midfield control without Andre Santos. PSA World Cup scored now Ancelotti the Coelho. If he plays that football at Manchester United for 2 seasons, I'm telling you, Rich, you more the boy. I'm telling you. Because Andre is a good player. And I think that I like the way Ineos have done the 2 midfield job. They made the only me. And you're my club cry and I say, yeah, the papa, I'll tell you about it. Because Ineos so said Tottenham for now could talk Matheus Fernandes for £85 million. One player. Matheus Fernandes in the West Ham team, he wasn't the best player. Yan Frena Manangwan could work for the Portuguese national team. Look at the midfielders you're for Portuguese national team, apart from Vitinha, João Neves, Simone, and they were other players that are regular. But Matthias Fernandes did not get a shout in the Portuguese national team. But if you are going to buy for 85 million, United for something no. We can't go and buy Matthias Fernandes alone for 85 million. When we can buy Yuri Tillemans for 35 and then add my friend is saying Andre Santos for 50, 85.
Who is proven?
Into 85 now, we got Matthias Fernandes. Yeah, they are took place. Those all of them
almost all quality.
For Tillemans, like you are saying, or your Premier League proven. And Rich, and you play a beer na your resale value in the 29 or Boca Crown team Tono. For a club like Manchester United, and ideally those traditional big clubs, for a 29-year-old player, he plays and gives you 3 years. But at 3 years now, he gives United stability. It is a new year. United should be playing it, and you say, yeah, and now go Champions League back. Now next season we go achieve. Now one more in the Champions League. Now 2 seasons one about Conference League. Now next season no. You want stability. See, you know, United is not looking to win the Champions League or looking to win the Premier League necessarily. The plan is stability. But Champions League 2-3 generate the revenue more. Then after say you tell him then you are beginning to bring in younger players who are also quality like Yuri. That is the plan. And I think for me, I 100% do agree with United for no with Nyomri here. Meaning say walk up in common main in SCD. And now meaning so say Xabi Alonso interview with Chelsea for Nhyira.
Yeah. I did.
Hey. Okay, say me way. And on I said one can see me way. Which Xabi was asked about Enzo. On beside Xabi Alonso. Say Oba you know, only Enzo Fernandez the Dean Commander. Which in that interview, Xabi say, yes, we're afraid Enzo Ned in common. And a journalist no a pussy here. And on beside and say that only Enzo Dean common. What was the input of the conversation? Does Enzo want to stay at Chelsea? Does he want to continue playing for the club Chelsea? Which Xabi say, for Nkomo only Enzo Dean need a private. And what I'm here.
So I'm disclosing Anna.
Yes.
How person can no interview nazi?
Because Enka Enzo man green light so person tna. Enka he will disclose.
I bet him so about say. Ebi o catch and how stay. But ye man nka ya.
Granted. Anything that make us say it means that Yeman in Kaya and it means that in same way chiri me wa. Say you can say oh Metna, but we have coach my catcher.
Maybe crowd them yemo walk up in me. Maybe there are 1 or 2 issues be like a person is settle and sana.
Then it means that Adjubra will mind.
Sure.
Because for all of us, after Madrid ever 2 minutes 2 months on pengs, a lot of Chelsea fans have become a little bit relaxed. Say at least club you need to bet me 120 million for Enzo Fernandez no. Why make us compare no? But immediately the coach says that Omenina didn't come out, but I can't disclose the information. That the question was simple: does Enzo want to stay?
Yes or no?
I cannot disclose. It means that Enzo has probably told you, like you're saying, oh, me I met na, but me club no one come be a deal with respect to me wages, me contract extension, and I say me I met na, but me agent ne clubs me didn't come out into yen train kakra, and I me I met na, but what the yen to a boss kakra, Rich, I don't know. A little bit of a worry about, and throughout the whole press conference, that was the only part when they pushed to ask him, Xabi said, "Ope Enzo," and I said, "Yes." He was clear. Said, "Ope Enzo Fernandez to stay in the club." I think that apart from that, every other thing was irregular. Players, players, auto, who he wants to come in.
James also on Twason captain. Nicholas Jackson or Johnny Chelsea.
Exactly.
Or pre-season.
Yeah. I mean, every other thing was regular.
He said there's someone new sorted and
anymore. You should have fast. I see a two attacker. See a correct left winger.
Okay.
Who's a left winger, right winger when you'll be brave. Coupon beats my boy, Stava beats my boy, Pedro to beats my boy. Left wing gonna see a giant so I can't be trash in the car. The giant with the car. There's a cat only your friend is saying Jimmy by not getting this. Also fast.
Hey, get this was all.
So
was not to place me.
Talking less.
Sanya man is here you never. And a permanent cotia. This Moroccan midfielder.
Yeah.
Brandy Buadi.
Yeah.
Or Lenzi.
Yeah.
No got here say 100 million.
Yeah. Manchester City.
How?
How is the Uniska?
No, 100 million Kofi Mijitum.
Yeah.
It's club now and answer the second club no. Ona 2 million na kutao. So what I say, enti nipa ne ba all price are open no.
Yeah.
And I bet, but I think that sometimes
yeah.
players in the one price tag net down so no. Too much. Too expensive.
Rich, me know your dream.
Body no. Yes, we World Cup, but World Cup no buy. Dia no buy.
Rich.
Well, me do World Cup. And we born Lens for France.
Yeah, I think about Ren rather.
Is it Ren or Lens?
I think they start Ren or so. Police.
Okay, me check it. Me check it. Yeah.
Rich.
It's too much. 100 million.
Me know what your dream.
And at this time, this our players now. First, they are 100 million. 150 near Cotonou. You won't do that again.
Yeah, as owners, you can't just be buying just because the market.
It's a quality or you can't near funnel. So, Andre Santos say, and Kofobiso or your move free choice, any problem? You better funnel low key. Yet not sure.
Starting out on pay.
Me make us me pay.
But you don't start here and say,
I mean, my tracer profile no. Yeah, I'm fair carry catches a massa. I could know good. He's very, very good, talented player. 50 yen tono. Yuri Telemans. Chelsea for Adam for. Telemans! Edmund Evi. Cha. Let's see. Champions League in bed the rough.
And the money tell him
it is so expensive players here. Jaito.
But I think that are you Buadino? Send your can and you walk up and go and go be and 100 million.
Of course.
Don't you think say it is just how powerful a tool, how powerful a marketing tool the World Cup is? It is not just for brands.
Yeah.
The way Albehuna brand the way brand A ni din bo say na or go viral brand B. Only say the two technological companies are a sponsor of World Cup no. Bako ne advert or yes FIFA for one ni no was that si yabobo ni bi aduru baby ni ye foul and say bibisa FIFA should have a replay. No match row as me person about company by start with L.
Okay.
Do you know why the referee's view na company needing that here. Plus all the screens in all the World Cup stadia was also sponsored by another technological company, only a popular TV producing company. So Timos only are not sure and also starting with H. You are sure I say okay, this is also it's the marketing. And it's our marketing against Brazil one match, no. And I'm you body red for it almost no. Yeah in G20, yeah in G30. Because before the World Cup, I feel that in terms of profile, your body is another Matthew Guendouzi. Engine recycle. Nothing, no real progressive. But City for no, they have the
World Cup now. Okay, Kevin Prince Boateng.
Yeah.
Before joining Ghana.
Yeah.
That time the teams are Portsmouth was saying.
Yeah.
Omoka administration.
Yeah.
But after the World Cup, the teams are not chasing Kevin Prince Boateng.
The market.
So I understand
level of the World Cup.
The World Cup level, no. So unya kubobi nkwadia, it will quite different level. But I think that still na nobody.
Oh yeah,
nobody. Leo.
Nobody.
Me checking the club is Leo.
It's Leo.
Yeah. Nobody. 100 million.
No.
Say you better 40, 30, 50.
Yeah.
Level no.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are shenko for binti. Yeah, World Cup na.
30, 40, 50.
30, 40. You say player bia you better 100 no year. Ebia Enzo Fernandez mo. On the anya he wa je World Cup no.
Okay.
So, we proving.
Say
Premier League no abo.
Senka, when is Vinicius Junior wanted to also use the World Cup?
Yes, I'm fa. Only as well could delete in now. Omra say United here.
Oh, he will stay at Madrid. But in the Rich before the World Cup, Vini had a pending contract negotiation with Madrid to increase his wages to I think about 30 million. Now Madrid for no are worried about the fact that Ostatima Vini 30 year, Jude will want to come into 30. Mbappe in and around there. Chiume, like you have all the important players in the club going there. The World Cup did not help Vini. I'm telling you, Vini Nanke was semi-final, final of the World Cup by this time. They would have still been insistent on Madrid because they had a club bang apart from Barcelona. And a Vini be peso bakobo. I don't even think he would want to go to Paris Saint-Germain. So, who a young boy? My family one example. Which only my biggest worry. That when I tasted radio, the first radio and media company that I joined was the biggest.
Nhyira FM.
So when you are living,
It's really free focus FM as a young student. I'm buying now. Multimedia Ghana. Nhyira FM. So it is difficult to make decisions. It has to be something really monumental before it helps you to make the next jump. It has to be right. And yes, so what you hope career-wise you are in trouble. 2, finance-wise you can be in trouble, and that is the biggest thing I think Vinny is facing. Oh, free Madrid are going.
Manchester United.
Ako is a
Kofi. T.
Kamdo ko biya ko da. Uni radio biya ko da.
Kofi.
Very there too.
Ade amount de chair yan ze bia. Champion League ajibibri.
That is of course.
Apart from that, they amount de
Na
chair.
dem bien no de be chair.
In terms of numbers and supporting team,
Na dem bien.
omo fan chair.
No, that
Sika omo ni bi
dem
chair.
bien no de be chair. But football then e kasa. It's the
It's to say Sika no pay there we can give you money.
No, but Sika.
Na dey.
That's the thing because of free Brazil buy. What be who Sika? Sika no ha.
Eh, ti baji bi ye o scan bi be ma bi.
You see,
Sa do opera amadu ye betu ama ne times 2.
example na me kano. You are not.
Matias here.
Enka ofri ebi Osasuna ne ba Madrid a. Ko hu Sika ke turn abis Sika ke say. But ofri the enya kra no abeji bozi.
O dey work up.
How many times 2 I'm getting there? How many times 2 kra na? It doesn't really do so much for him. And for now, according to Marca, Jose Mourinho has called him and spoken to his entourage. Say, Madrid for now committed to the extension. They may not be able to meet the exact amount of Vini pay, but he should understand. Say they want him to stay. And what we are hearing is that in a matter of weeks, Vini bets not team and friend the football club Real Madrid. And I think that is going to be good for him and then good for the club as well for them to move forward. Rich, the story of the World Cup semi-final of the 2 European giants, you know, I think say the first one is the other screen, you see. Mbappe versus Lamine Yamal. Meaning so kaya. When Mbappe broke onto the scene, it was at Monaco. And he was so dazzling and marveling to the extent say, if you are seeing said no. This is not a 16, 17-year-old boy, too good. And with Mbappe, it wasn't with Madrid. It wasn't with Barcelona. It wasn't with the traditional big boys, no, Debbie. It was in Monaco. You know, that Monaco team had Timo Bakayoko, Bernardo Silva. He had some very, very good names. You know, that level of the champ. I remember one time, Monaco versus Juve. 2016, 2017, thereabouts, where Mbappe had caught the BBC, Bonucci, Bazzagli, Chiellini, right? Now authorizes senior defenders. That is where, for me, I thought that this man had arrived. But 10 years on, Ballon d'Or Komodo has evaded him to the extent that Dembele has come to win the Ballon d'Or. He hasn't. Now, I'm sure that in the mind of Kylian Mbappe, Sebibi will only maybe propelling it to win the Ballon d'Or. He knows that this season, any Real Madrid performance, because Madrid cannot give him that. But the one thing that can really be a springboard for him to win the Ballon d'Or in getting the French national team and winning the World Cup, or at least beat Spain and get to the semi-final. For Lamine, it's not necessarily filling the shoes of Lionel Messi, but he's the new poster boy of Barcelona. And Rich, to be very honest, Barcelona who talent, Papa. I'm telling you, I've seen the likes of Bojan Kekechimo, even when Ansoumani Fati broke onto the scene. But sometimes, Anna Brabo and life and how it happens to us now, it didn't get these players to where they've got into. Lamine is the new face. And for him to really instill himself, and pretty much press conference on one Saturday, pressure 2-on-1 or so. Or say this is the biggest match of his career. And match BNU was saying, Saboa, or money France for no Kwakabono. And he wants to play that game. He wants to be successful in that game. Omni France for Kwakabono. He knows that he's going to be very successful. Which the two teams do share in the Euros now saying.
Yeah.
Where the Spaniards were successful. And that's what Lamine said a couple of days ago. Said, Onu says France for Nube with 30 teams Akana and almost Spain. Excuse me, because Omo no Mashomo pay. And Omo are very confident, say they can now go to toe with the team again. Which 37 official games.
Unbeaten.
by the La Fuente and Mantia. And trust me, it's a good team. Any team, forget about the number of goals that they've conceded. They've just conceded 6 chances. 6 chances against them. And it is embedded in that style of play. So Spain for them, it is total control of the ball to the extent that before ball the Babeka Unsano, it is so far in your area, you find it difficult to create chances against them. And that is the strength of the Spanish national team. Which a team or 4 DLPs will be to me at any point in time. Otimibo, Fabian Rey, no about Rodrigo Cascante, Oya no about Pedri, but with one of them. Then as the game goes on, he can choose not to play Merino as a DLP, but push him up top as the box crasher for him to get goals for them. A lot of Arsenals in that team. And truly, it's a team that you need to be very, very careful of. But I think in terms of completeness, Rich, the French team is more complete in my opinion.
Okay.
Good goalkeeper, decent centre halves, good enough fullbacks, midfield. I think that here in the last few games, Campuno Chimene for whatever reason on Bono, no about Manu Kone. N'Golo Conte has not kicked the ball in the team. One Fred Kamavinga. One Fred Eduardo.
N'Golo
Conte to bench. Adrian Rabiot Mune control field. We are hearing that in this game he's going to play Orient. Then look at the use of the attackers when he goes on to go and play that game. Then how Abenti friend Kylian Mbappe has been good in this one. So
here's about I don't know. All of a sudden, they are not so sharp when you say him. When you have a couple of chances, I need no bugu.
Almost style of playing. When you look at Olazabal's chances, he gets, let's say in a game when you have 1 or 2 big chances. Now, all the teams, Europeans, I mean, say Spain, for Portugal, and Belgium, they did 2 things defensively. Set up in a mid to compact low block, depending on maybe a ball and at what time in the game that you are playing. Then, because Spain, for the biggest threat is finding this man, Dani Olmo, in between the lines. It was against Portugal. The only time the Portuguese will exert pressure is when the ball gets to Dani Olmo in between the lines. Against Belgium, the only time that you see that the Belgians will be aggressive to press is when Dani Olmo gets the ball in between the lines. So, one call wide to Lamine Yamal. The defensive plan is what we did against the English. 2v1 versus Lamine. It's whoever is the outside center midfielder plus the fullback will come to defend against Lamine. Because Owen himself, the biggest threat of Lamine is when he cuts in onto his strong foot. And it's same for the other side when you play with Alex Baena. Both of them, any of the natural weight keepers. Lamine wants to influence the game and get goals, so he wants to come inside. Alex Baena is a natural winger. So he also wants to create from out wide. But he works hard without the ball. And you see that the La Fuente Penasem from Atletico de Madrid, when he is playing the ball, he drops back to come and work in the middle of the park, almost prevent you from breaking through them. So it's a good compact system. Now, tactical ball, the French, we are expecting a Luka Digne. I'm not Paris Saint-Germain for a Luka Digne. Almost about to Aston Villa. Who will play on the left? Then William Saliba, Upamecano, Jules Koundé. Another back 4 here defensively very resolute. Then you're expecting say you have Manu Kone, Adrian Rabiot, Michael Olise, Desire Doué, and a bunch of friends. Rich Unim. Maybe I did the champagne. But if I'm Didier, my game plan is simple. Allow Spain to be Spain.
Bono.
Yeah.
You take your moment. Because only more shit.
Spain Ekita Bona. The more Kubasi wants to break the lines, the more Emerick Laporte. And mind you, for Spain, almost 2 natural ball playing centre backs, natural left footer in Emerick Laporte, natural right footer in Pau Kubasi. So they want to naturally express and play the football. Marco Correa wants to do more or less like a wing back, or go and help the attack and come back. Then on the other side, you have Pedro Porro, also with pace. They will go and come. For me, that is where the trap is for the Spanish national team. Marco Correa, let them come in. Let Kubasi be constantly on the ball, want to break down the play. Then say, who turn you over possession with William Saliba, Rabiot? Like the first
you find Mbappe with his speed, no?
That is what Didier Deschamps did to Argentina. You see, Rich, who are Marcus Rowe number for Marcus Rowe? Homogena Pam, Marcus Rowe, no patch on Mbappe. Then they call in the channels. I think that is, don't open up and make it too pinte for the Spaniards. Don't. Let them be Spain.
Okay.
But set traps for them. Press when it goes to Danny Omo. Then, of course, go into the channels. I know that the Lafuente will think about that as well. Into one show, be to say, Kukreya Mono, he will not ask them to go too much. I feel like maybe in this game, maybe we won't have more of the ball, but he will count on efficiency. If Spain for now are very efficient, no Peter Ball they can convert their chances. The game, and the last game on board here 5-4 or soon. I think that was the game. The Spaniards were more efficient. But if they can stop them and then make sure Omunya Bona will go into the channels, for me, my money is on France. I think that it's a much more complete side, a very good side. They have a lot of things in the arsenal to head the Spaniards. Good Spanish side. But in my opinion, I think say Omola stop any. Of course, if it goes any other way and Yami had much, I will look at why I think that happened. But that is why I think the game is going to go rich. And then Champions League playoff matches in the Honum. Now me catches a Sunday, the boys won some good money. Intene Miyama coach kakrenko fikesi na Champions League playoff matches no. Yema boys think on could trebi no mum first car. First one no a BW 62A EFFBD. Second one a BW 62A EE950. Third one a BW 62A ED883. Fourth one a BW 62A EC1BC. Fifth one a BW 62A EB887. Rich. These are the codes. I need if you go figure see. I'm on Fifi Manfred, all social media handles on Sabe.
Okay. Message be me nsabi na yemrefie YouTube. Come mento the okay na no ameti. It is our so idea so ntem nko. O say who am from mento from.
Still not to make.
Pacho see them at. Good morning.
Pacho, how far?
Pacho na what to say?
Me adom.
Offer breakfast and no prayers for food. Man, busy apopo ama. I know paso.
Me
go food di uti yo.
You know I don't eat in the morning. Me need
Mati.
Me had me ko afia.
Mati.
Me need
Mati.
Na me would say.
Oh, nyame adom.
Yeah, fine.
Me ti say Chelsea player. Kaso so the Chelsea so na the Manchester City. Obviously, it's Manchester United. They're bigger. Me so okay.
Yes, we need to
do Santos. I can't only so to abobo bibri. So what I say? Oba owura, you didn't run calendar was hey. Charlie. Say it to me, say. So, sad debate today now is settled. Settled.
Ghana to Kevin.
Oba Chelsea no. Oh, na say akwanye no.
What is the dream club?
My players don't make it to where you know.
Akwabi fi South America ko Saudi Arabia. Friend say Ali Tifak.
Okay.
I say Tifak in the dream club. Tifak in reaching yet. It's the bed also there's a boy.
We need a band who dream this over Tifak. Players omo can grab back.
Teleprompters in him now. All can yes, all can. That is okay. I mean, I think say
of course.
They are United for be penny a couple of seasons. No one be a legend. Brazil for have not had good success when it comes to midfielders at United. Okay, Fred. It do maybe because I'm a friend Apostle Fred. But started kama. Yeah. It didn't really end well. Casemiro was the twilight of his career by Manchester United. So I'm sure that for United fans, they won't care about player because now United is the best club in the world. But really, so it's me by United. Not more now. Me who is all ball with the Brazil and the 23 side or you're the captain. You're afraid to call the Brazilian national team. Some of us said there was no way Brazil will have proper midfield control without André Santos. Pesa World Cup squad now Ancelotti the Coyeno. If he plays that football at Manchester United for 2 seasons, I'm telling you, Rich, you more the boy, I'm telling you, because Andre is a good player. And I think that I like the way Ineos have done the 2 midfield job. No? They made the only me. And you make club cry and I say, yeah, the papa, I'll tell you about it. Because Ineos so said Tottenham for Nako top Matheus Fernandes for £85 million. One player. Matheus Fernandes in the West Ham team, he wasn't the best player. Jan Frena Manangwan could work for the Portuguese national team. Look at the midfielders here for Portuguese national team, apart from Vitinha, João Neves, Moni, and there were other players that are regular. But Matheus Fernandes did not get a shout in the Portuguese national team. But if you are going to
YouTube and Nhyira TV. Ewe YouTube and na fe wetima twane the feed. Wo kwa now do comment them. E dia ba ya kenkani na dia ba ya kato say sisi aba back on Facebook. Wo ko Facebook app. Anu so ye Nhyira 1045 FM. Nhyira 1045 FM. Wo kwa anu say na Facebook do messages number na no pay yetima kacha. E dia ma wan hye awodo nyina so na ya send some na say e dia ma wan hye awodo nyina so. Be pato ma men kan to say World Cup final no ye Ezimo e ho na ye live coverage ne adivro ya kato si ye game village SG Mo na Champions League final ya kobo no and World Cup final ye di tumani na kama e ama wanti sia hudo ina so na eno so etimi aboa ma ye ni koba kakwa e be nsa no ante no wansa no ye transfer kakwa adibamom an ye we ni ade World Cup ne de so adimama na the same thing an ye ne adimama no ada wo be ka me baba kato se Mason Greenwood abrante ne be twan ne ayefana Bati Bobo Kono, another cat in a train officially. Manchester United, woman Swanyaska, once a Manchester United, I could only yomo player. In Ananka, sir, my Olympic to myself, a top Branton, the Cobabia, women Yaska, the same thing as here, Womutua Brantano, adding a from about Bobo Manchester United, and your 12.4 million euros, and Yaska, Manchester United, and Swanyata, Eber Manchester, Adian Yanswakoye, Adama United Bobo Kono, and Kobaka Kwenye, na Meko Arsenal na makwako din koba kakra mepato edino aya meboa sambo no fie meboa na nso abo na yase Arsenal akwa club bridge na obukwa akofa akoda ba ko ediaba na akoda ni din ade Christos aya Zolis Christos aya Zolis bato ediwe wa we ubo no amani ye ube nso anu apa na wakwa akoka de enka Christos he e ba se hajini ye pante bato Arsenal player no commentators no metumu for akoda no ni din aya Christos Zoris and team yesterday Premier League commentary not as I could not tell me about the idea mobile no na yesa kodano akatina Arsenal force anya de so beko ba bia wo peso training Arsenal bobo kono ani am determine seka e woduma de so na no permedi atambo yase wono na e ba be replace planted team adi Leandro Trossard sa Trossard benya ko enti so kwadia Christos Suarez ana teso no so eba update ne kakwadie na meko Borussia okay mamenko cancer bomb of Kwana minko din komo kakwa e bomb of en komo kakwa men seka esa Benfica awa koda ba kwa ni de Antonio Silva na akoda we yase manti yase no wo ma bona so onye control the sense en fama Benfica bobo kwa akoda ye na adwense wonye sense no dia e tia yase yaso okọ Bournemouth entomadi nkomani ye pa bibia o manya abiabie abrante no ebenya ba AFC Bournemouth na fe wetima ba be Bournemouth no ye Jeffrey Benfica ana fa abrante ni de Antonio Silva akate ade apa awotumadi so na meko AC Milan makwa go dia apa Luka Modric a player nano da no fi Madrid enso ekoye okoboa AC Bobo ko na niama ya kama adiamomo sisi ni baba na bi yekobisa na wasi obetwen coach oba se coach oba no odidi ye pa se obetimi aba no amo no so atima timi no ma ana why not oba control the sense no enso adiamomo am determine se ka se yase Ruben Amorim ekoye no wafa brantani na kasa ama sisi no Luka Modric anya jatum se oba control the sense no enso adiama AC Milan no watena amo mo pa aduma ni ye pa no ye am deta mensa kan awoduma de so Manchester United womu player aya branta de dade na Sam Masrawi reporter mensaka sa yes AC Milan anya branta na din koba na komade na kwanum ye pa ata so mo yeso metumanya Masrawi wonu so atima ba be sia kan e de mo manya ono kwa wo mini agent openyan aya de sa mami wo mini kasa fella Pimenta woman no edin common face so metima hwe sa abranta no betime enso atwane na ne man so akoye ediama esimila na fe maso na so we na reporter epa ewoduma de so na the big story wo me menu num na no pe no aya abranta we oda screen so na me wo ya na he mo na nka me mpasa mefa na se ya na Andrew Santos de ne sase oh ya tete so ya se Andrew Santos eko Manchester United obi so we ne nya no kwe ya si ko paba enya Manchester United obekọ yesa nya no ko afia ade atwane na atwane ko kwabna anopa ya mi pe na enwata any wiki mo ana Fabrizio de babetu jase eye two option ana Mohamed Salah ewo eye Major League Soccer ana Saudi Pro League no ana Mohamed Salah like so betima atwane kwabna anopa mi pe yase Mohamed Salah kwakwadi nkobo wani ni nafufu di nkobo se Chelsea pa de minya pa kamasa ko Chelsea because Chelsea no they were Chelsea na sia kodo Mohamed Salah say onu wonya ya ankobeko back to Chelsea enti yase san komede na sase we dia Salah na nkata na Chelsea odi ni nkobo enti pato wuti se Mohamed Salah etina enya base bia Chelsea for yomanim so bu pe Mohamed Salah kan se aha ana woten nkane esan say yasa banta no wana man koma woti nyina nie but I know sir aya rana banta ni nyina no aya Major League Soccer and Saudi Pro League but ono nkasa do onama yaso onya Chelsea obeso obaba na fe obaba hesebia woni Sabi Alonso ebetime redefine Chelsea na bia bia Chelsea fans ni nyina pese etu no wo muso betime nya branta na ene man so etime ko entimi bi so we are Chelsea fan na Mohamed Salah wo ba bua na oyo okay the standard baby at Chelsea pese okono Salah betime bua na ene the big question to Chelsea fans ni nyina na no pe no me de Christian Romero wonom anso aye a Tottenham player we Argentina nipa dodo na fan Kuchi Romero reporter ebanie wo ba kan ba catch us bossa edin koma hwe so metimenya sakuda yesi Inter so ani abriye pa ata so mo yeso epio metimenya Kuchi Romero wetima ba be boma Inter boboko no ede man so tima koye dia momo yesi Inter wo ma sase ata so mo na brante no edin koma kwa nim ye pa yesa brante de onya Tottenham this season wanu so be free boboko no mane ya update mensa aka odwuma de so ede ono kwa yesi Jaspers so no yesi Inter foko ya na wabo he so betimanya transparency na fe wonu so etima ba be boma niama akoye joma amde kakra mensa aka o transfer ima ena no pe mendi abanie yenko World Cup yendi World Cup nkomo na ene aye became England and Argentina ana eba bebo abusia janimo screen so ne ha de kakra yadi Argentina any England combine 11 aba but combine 11 yes say ufa England team no na ufa aye Argentina team na now what is our best 11 for both our team now one na ebeko 11 so but say no much one say Emi Martinez goalkeeper Dibu one better goal post no from babo Christian Romero no mabo Mankei and you 4 and 5 no and Tantano no so babo Nico Oriele na omapo Avery James na that means Medina and in Noah Malina munya na nya so metime abon Tantano ho any more kakra so no one say Enzo Fernandez ebebo any more Jeremiah na omapo Jude William no mabo Declan Rice and team anunso there Adiana akwakoye 2 against 1 ewo eyenimo for England and afa strikers no so there omutesa Tantano and Fafa so no womdi your Messi bedina na Nhyira na Fares edina benkum na fa Hurricane and so edina nim ho and 2 rebo power there Argentina benya 4 players per other players na carrying no 6 players no nyina no okay Argentina benya 5 na 6 na aka no nyina no so akwakoye England for any the combined 11 at Arsenal pen yenim England against Argentina and open yedin koma kakra na menko Argentina campe na menko be Lionel Scaloni one head coach the Argentina man sir ne team no say na up away against England was yanka mo bianta sir 1 or 2 changes baba na the entire 1 or 2 changes baba and starting 11 mu yasa was so up ko betima how many opponent and 20 san no yen game and that day came on baba na nyumre de kwanto bia so ene ma beda ne kaka wo mo chisan se ne be yo betima hete team and the England and ya update me Lionel Scaloni so edi epa na owie na ote so oh se we cap there Spain for another wo mo ball no mo boy no mo deserve so mo win wo be congratulate mo sanse eduma ni nyina de Spain for na ye no o matter so mo deserve aya we no o mo kra aya great team
adeɛ baako a wɔn nso betumi aka nie na ɛne game na ɔba abɛbɔ no wɔka mo bi atare sɛ game no ɛnyɛ bɛtɛ koraa wɔbɛ prepare yie paa na wɔne England fo no so aba abɛsia ɛne yɛdeɛ no Scaloni ɛnkɔbɛka kɔɔ no nso de tutwa na owia Tomato Chow head coach at the England wɔn nso akasa wɔsɔ no wɔpɛ plan all the best top Lionel Messi ɛsan sɛ ɛnkyɛn ne yɛ baako pɛ for Argentina a certain player Lionel Messi wotumi stopping na and Argentina game ni yɛ dead ɛnti kwankuro bi aso ɔbɛyɛ no ayɛ adwuma no na no so ɛtumi abɔ yɛ paa ɛne yɛ reporter efi England fo na kate ɛde ɛba na wonim sɛ Jude Bellingham ɛne abranta ne tin ɛde ɛyɛ Harry Kane wɔn wɔ record bi a this World Cup ɛbɔ mu yɛ paa yɛsɛ with this World Cup in history a yɛwura mu ni atade yɛsɛ team bia ni wa 2 players and a team near team na ɛba ne goals a England asa 92.3% 2 players yi wɔn ne produce ɛsa goals nyinaa ɛtɛnɛ against Argentina wɔn mu ready sɛ anye Jude Bellingham a ɛbɛyɛ Harry Kane anye Jude Bellingham a ɛbɛyɛ Harry Kane yɛsɛ wɔn no mu kura the English team a abama tɛ sɛ yɛsɛ ne England fo no ɛnneɛma nyinaa ɛkɔyɛ ɛde mɔ ma ne yɛ reporter mensa ɛka ɛwɔ dwumadie so na Jude Bellingham yɛsɛ wokɔ England wɔn all-time air scorers our World Cup ima aka 3 goals per when you 3 goals abrante de betima ba the second highest goal scorer in the World Cup in the history for England man no na yeso obi odin campaign witumi se niam nyina ye kama Harry Kane wadu kra 14 goals ana sisia no aniam nso ekoye adi ama abrante de din adi Gary Lineker once Gary Lineker nso se 10 goals ana Jude Bellingham ekwa 7 goals and so onya 3 goals one Gary aba when you make a as I said, Jude Bellingham 2 goals. So when you are so they are now. Not as a man, a man, Eddie among Geoff, and so horse say no craft 5 Michael Owen, and so craft 4 and to another World Cup history for the 3 Lions of England and Komaka Epa, I would to media soon and not France football game. And your man, me pato, did the swamp so one big question. Bisa enano pay na ohia answer e dey feel obi o game no kwabna betra se mami mesa we did you some say Jemi so bibia say Rafi mu hu ne say Rafi no ti game no openya ne dia de Ivan El Salvador ni no na nya asema France any Spain elbow game we have papa na asema sa no person o kire France any Spain elbow game mo say El Salvador ade akon kakaf any ade wadidi bi ni ade ntunu oye good na papa say oni on ka hwi a kire nko wo ba betwe na bo so say did you some pakoka say Rafi nya de on de o se dabi o person true question no ebisa mo obi a o game bia say Rafi no ebo mu hu ne say na dwuma say na na esitie ene ye big question wo pay ni bisa na no pay ana pa ukubase so wa no ye de ma no pa ukubase say ade ba ko person o kasa fa ho say to this World Cup no amanfo do ma no Edia good Spain, what much over for? I know no could be kind of Palcubas on Yadia, where you jitry, at your crania, and when we go keep person, and I will move good there. One the best that was in any other papa, a month from my jump, since Palcubas is so be to be Casa. Tell me, I started work up and you Spain. Wometro me trouble mo sa any goalkeepers no se so be so mo na mo ka goalkeepers ni defenders wan say mo he mo gusu ho ana ene pa okuba se na basa for anka so ma no ye ya basa ankoda no wo ma no ye ya papa wo mo kasa na obeka se ya bo mo film na tese basa ankoda no the won be see trouble no ho enti ane ya basa ankoda no wo ma sa se e dia agro kakra de teni ma me nkoma ni me na wonim se Fabian Ruiz so kwabra ye so wo record bi a boss Funny ye pa. You see, we bought 49 matches. At the Amas Spain man. Anytime you no Fabian Ruiz bebo game. At the Amas Spain be omulusu. Na 49 no, woma winning Maku 34. Woma do Maku 15. And the Fabian Ruiz is here kind. At the Amas Spain I forget it. Now there's a loose baba. I know your Fabian Ruiz dia no ada. And also record I know me the trot so na no peno. Ye ka check akra na na men call Mbappe na kwabna Mbappe say enra ade ama wo mu entima wini game ye say what's your motat is no movement na no ananye what's what become obi atase no ada France team no motat wo mu movement ni nyina anye and also ni Spain bo a man for man marking kwabna we no anya say bia mu beko 2-2 against 3 and I said 3 against 2 was there be yambo Spain Spain the ono mo bo a man to man for man we gina we call na we call we what's up and ya di boss pinking and tell no other one do beka no kore wo mo na tie hia and kwa na he say ni we say aso ne hwene no mo ma tie hia o mo tie hia no akwa me so bete kokoteta ade ze hini o ma mo usampa ade no anu aye dimpa no ye Mbappe no na owie no say yanke mo biante say technical mistakes ana tese no adom ye sa technical mistakes no ana boy ya amane man so ankoye anfa mo tese akwadi tiamo ene ya reporter atodam ewe dwumadi so hwe na onim hita ba be jam video ente bato eno nkoba kakre ne eno ye Mbappe no Mbappe lote Mbappe eno da ene man ansa damfa na Luis de la Fuente head coach at the Spain eno da waron so akasa was the France team no omu ye great team na France team no wo kan wi asa fa na nyina now person what tell France say big team bi wo ho team ya kase o Spain kwabna ente no ada so mo tell so omo na big team e wo wi asa pempen ya kase eno ye Luis de la Fuente no enkoba ka ka odi enso atudam na ya say no ada say me report so record o ya say ofa World Cup say player bi ever wono so ni team Asia na kwabna what no ese no semi final kwabna bi si bi da baby a ya wo no ataso ofidi ho na one band form mo no body am man foforo na yakọ World Cup na watimi ase team no in the semi finals and yes obi down but in the semi finals e bi si da emi report ana ya sadia no ene reporter epa e wotumadi so mpato si cha World Cup no kwabna o say once first half 15 minutes no we say 15 minutes na anye 15 minutes si ebeko be 30 minutes na de ntia ebeko 30 minutes ya say we di akwa be say artists say kwabna ba ko ya artist na me no anka ni kwan say ya artists ni so na no ya artist na enti pato omuso omudi artists enso ya de ba nipa mako miensa atese just be ba mu nyina ka ho Shakira wo mu nyina ka ho wo mu ba da boa enti afa FIFA fo say ade no kwa no jomo ba be say so ne e ba so na mo so say nka say fana na ma ya analysis first half we na nka so we say we omusa here so anya we kwa dem 30 minutes o must spend 25 minutes and we dey mate from World Cup final and to World Cup final no we dey ubetuma akoba bi aba ba second half no wa bra tete emro so kra and your reporter men seka e wo dwumadi so na no pen me ka che kakra e dey ma sa lame ya man san kanu anko mu di sino so wo bobo na nkrofo no so atiasi akire wo mu yo prosin den wo mo so mu hu se akwa bi boban no ho ataso ofro ade anya light pro kwabla light pro ne hu se anajo mo ya service better we dey say lame ya ma ne ma se ne da no obi bon den anajo so dey ense da anya penties akwa ne da na hu nya fi bet wo mo ya na taso bi bia da no a taso ofro no mo se kate na akwa he kwabla mo ko ma sa ya no jo black ifwe o ma tiasimo kwa ya juma we tire obeta ya se nyame atom ya se ni pamie no mu make sa attempt no so mbetima afro ne wo na nkada kakra wa pa gu ono aja small boy ono mu onim de odi sky ka ma ko trense sika no nya se nia ya top ne fa but ade na mfa eno ya dia ba na no pa ya make take kakra ensom ade ama na Luis Nazario Ronaldo proper eno na meka amanfo ntiase no kwabra Ronaldo say Neman Kabaya and call you whom you know, Rezana wa reserve from national team no, and man retire. Or Henanka, or you who be Nanka, dear no one Samana, we know near dear say by this time there's Nema, yes, no, and no other. Said no other Prince and Baba catch him, say, yes, you open a crack or casa, dear no crowd, one can you oppose us as an argument. And yet then there's where Kappa, a Bebano or no Nema,
Ronaldo, dear no.
Nema, dear no.
Okay.
Nema, 7 making.
Because who Ronaldo should be
Ronaldo studio
according to CBS. Almost say Ronaldo so say 2030 World Cup.
Someone say Ronaldo they were emphatic. Or only the nice or the wada them feel.
It's also or Jane say so World Cup in Portugal ne might be a bit host auntie. It's all heard
Portugal Spain.
Yep. some factors and so omu host no likely make me win no so
say no mo say on be ma Argentina for ne e come bo for na di kan bo Uruguay na omu wi a say ya bana ya dia ba be sie
according to CBS no
chairman so say
the chairman so dwen ne dia
the same thing no mo catch Neymar say we dia there samba ya dia mu kakra onti no nyambotre e fa mo onti no e no ye dia e ba wodwumadi so mpacho me wi bibie ni hobi
okay na I did the show say was it refined
was you on the on cast referee bibia nebum obisa mo amu game no mu referee no modern boss say
dey ye hu referee so oya dey
okay
result dey be dey never ban
my friend na mabo na ban dey
because akosi game na head look bibia ni ho ye bo game ni 3 days 3 months 3 years still no Spain for the show
and France na
referee yes or yeah 1 or 2 mistakes be the decisions be one man questionable but I think that overall obian will be to catch them say referee no what that bad into onunti enema Spain to be share France o ma show mo and this cliche na what football mo say oh if really you want to defend very well you need to attack no I'm say Spain for need to be defining very very well what I say so I say ultimate defending very well who could have born one opponent no nya bi mo eno bi dom dey France for
Spain kan ko rather pa
Spain for dey enko for no bobo ya too much
I saw omo ya
say o na ne be Argentina
o say
enne
and dey mefua so
England be Argentina
and dey mefua so
na say dey mam yem hihye mi nyina final no enko for no Spain for ne ma mo boni bi
ne de be
de o muti bobo no mo ma bo no ne bo ne den dodo mesra mo Spain for no bo de o ba mo bi sumo bi na ma game man de nko am kuta bo ne sa
we it is coming home do say na e ilu so ni bi
na Thomas goes to say no also be there or for plan on the bed or best stop Messi pancho Mr. no oh yes I be losing in advance pancho Messi ni entake no
mate
o de mumunya no
Matias
na ina mu game no so oni enhye wo mo
mate
o he na adwun so de ni kosi akwa no so a be wi na Julian Alvarez mu bo no gum pancho ko na de dia enkofo ne be show mo be show mama omuso said the honsam no esi etie all right in someone of 4.5 bet for entry to medino so emfa emamo midweek edition of Nhyira guitar passwords and England and Argentina game no baso na yebesan aye predict and win also predict and win no makacham say mobile phones ne de ye de call finance no you say Spain din kan agent ticket or train in England Argentina enti finance no edna yede mobile phone no be kan but enne no o predicted now win ya obenya McBerry butter biscuit edna McBerry London oat digestive biscuit be a very very delicious and crunchy so at the papa and opediano unya eye uti now the kan breakfast no you are good to go sanso na ewiem ho no so unya drink bi na unya eye McBerry butter biscuit and McBerry London oat digestive na de kan ho na chese bibia enso ahye e de amantimi so to na to bi coffee na busuani ndi na no mo enjoy me ho sanso na ke edu gas oven amonso abesuas no mo de mobile phones e de abaso obia obe predict obe win no nyame adoma the grand finale owinia yen sign for phone enkan ho na ke edun so no me patro ban gas ovina mo amoton eye bread any cake no me pamcho mu ndina na de bi e de aba your 3 bag there or 2 bags and a 1.5 air bag and so there ho edna your gas stove and so ye de no aduane enti so de no aduane e wo fie anam so amoton aduane e wo abonte no restaurant for choba for monso me come for ediama your 4 burners your 3 burners your 2 burners and so abo ha enna ye de warmers and so diaba na warmers no etie for the warm aduane enti titiri mu amo eye choba no ne restaurant no han so aduane de ejo anye de enti no an so de siso now they are warming come na timi ayehye obia ba no won so no etimi enjoy no ho eye kama ɛna yɛwɔ smokers ɛno deɛ yɛde toto nam enti mo a mototo tilapia no ne catfish no mo nso mo ba mo nsa betumi aka mo deɛ na keadu nneɛma no deɛ ameminu mmienu na no yɛdi danse sɛ ɛyɛ papapa ne quality no awɔ soro ɛna boɔ no nso wɔ fam because ɔno a ɛna ɛyɛ ɛwɔ Ghana ha ɛne ntino tobia ɛbɛtumi aboa wie paa na bibia no akɔnkan ɛde ama soame Kumasi Swami Heya police station actually and now Abwa so behind Ed Disco gas no 0243 365 873 0243 365 873 eno ye ke edu enamba no na wafre na ono no edi eye enkomo me pacho wakotware semna bi amatene ma bi agu anim ama okala no onakcho kala na ekuta no ekwa Camel Natural Selection Shower Gel and I make come for the amount and anopay buying 6 flavors na a fair huro and a sham now the darren so my color no e buy pa natural color and I was able to me aka and to me so what could tare semina bi na atene ma bi agu anim ama wo hone na oskeno IBB a ho eye basa me pacho me come for eye Camel Natural Selection Shower Gel no and na adiama ye di free Europe abrochimem and adiaba Ghana ye buy so no FD agya to me say in fact obi a person na papa edware no ontobi na ono nso enfenware enti okọ cosmetic shop bia oton eye sopa me pato bisa no benya bi enso edi amount 0243 744 855 King Dave Investment amna dia ba eye dwaso bank de eno ane Amanse Community Bank PLC eno mo maka omo ba ye 40 years and still counting eba eye customer care ye number 1 okwanse de yebisi agege so ene wadi nkomoni ewia yebisa se yenya oden na de wo pe no ye enso de amount kobi account ho savings susu fixed deposit and a current account ni na no obetimi abia bi awo ho na de mmanage omhunnie omonya bank na udi sika akoto de a ene network ne ye Name edu se wuko yom ye network ni nyo ye sika na ma wo enye yi aha omuchu condemn me pacho amanse de anytime bia betuma yutika na onso de ode koye no betumi ade aye besia de ho ye de cheche e bonus aha interest rate ni so fo eni tinu nya bia abetumi aboawo bra beje besia interest rate kitua bi na eda so a betumi atua e bra wonya problem kra enti eye na abefie mo meje besia emfa nkoye sanso ena okọ pension o pe pension no kra de no collateral sanso ena mo yekuo ana individual wo pesika koye adwuma in fact wo pesika koye bibia Brahman senior maubi me pato ye wan to krom head office no eno no manso kwanta manso dubia manso data no bekwa ye ho anwan kwanta Roma Hell Kumase Sofuline me pato Santase ahojo honina akokare monsabetimi aka amanse 0247 200013 oyo bana wutieme me pato tirinwi bubua na ebubu na nsa odi nkubi kotwi utima ama utirinwi nyina atutu abubu ama chese ama sabi sesei awoso rudi asompacho koto eye amuzu hair food na apply ewo eye utirinwi na utirinwi no besan afu kama emumu aye du na san aye black obado ani monyam enu utirinwi entimesrew utirinwi no problem bia ba ho bia amuzu hair food no ebe sort out na oyo obi ampacho ehoa ewo utirim ti da bia na utirim a me pato kotobi ebe turim na se ade ama bema bia pese waves eba aye utirim mu so ema utirim aye fe no me kanfo aye amuzu hair food no edna ade ama opedo so puo na onso tu akwakoto a me pato ko amuzu junction awo tafo inshaye so okọ cosmetic shop bia so a musabetimi akabi 0242 955 056 adwumakuo kese bi awo Kumase omupam ade na omoso omope eye a professional tailors anase wa wonim ade pampa titiru ene emema ntare me pacho wonim pam a me pacho ene adwuma aba ya wakatua no so ekoyie pa salary na ye de ma wo no ekoyie pa ntino me pacho oye professional tailor na utie me ene anope a me pacho me ma number bi fresh sie na no mo eni nkomo onso a opese wusua aha opeso usua onso ye bejew na yasan ama alawa se ne bia onso no obetimi ade atwitwa ho na ye kira kwan e Kumasi ya Tech Police Station area ho na no ho na onsa betimi aka adwumakuo no 0549 528402 message number ni should be 0549 528402 frɛ na salary no ekoyie pa electoral and some control say work up no what time the say at the abrew wo dem ho ana office ho adentina ye kan sa wo say work up nye na na betima ko US akwa bi anything so dey tena dem ye ma smart TV ani at the ho clear into play and ogina ha hunu yie sanso na go ba say de omutiam no sound no so utini yie pa into per Samsung TCL NASCO as low as 699 quality no was no me patcho Electroland and I make comfort diama anything no yes we are bringing the stadium home ya tete buano so betobi na so work happy for enjoy ho kama pa achede kese rafo no anonso orekodo so oto ade ajo coupon fele uwia nyame ya adom ne bo work up ni bia na ye boarding sound so din etimi piem a achede kese pa na Electroland eban home appliances unsabetimi akabina bibia so no akonkan edi amounti rom abo ye showroom bia nationwide 0503 159 na munomo eni enkomo no ento so sesia computer adusua Union Practical Institute awofo amutie me moma na atro JHS ane JHS nso na wie no mummo ntenetene fie so nipa de oto na ni bibia ya na bonsoma bopa wa hwe a wo yoba enu san result ne mra no na me boys enkofo ya aka se krachi tuzi mo se me ntumi zip mu da wanyema akwadai so result bi be na akwadai wantimi anko school ntimi srawo pe computer school man nko anya hwe no obawie no onim computer dachi bia no ebetimi aboa ama ono so ne career bibia atimi akonkan onso a ebia wosua computer no ade kakaba ense da nya pisa onso betimi ababaye top up awo Union Practical Institute Computer Business and Office Administration Network and Cyber Security Engineering Software Engineering Sanso and Artificial Intelligence AI Mastery and also ayadea you do be room and the courses bebre Union ye be apron at your tour be share bi wate na book dia wote book pa de and what book nanso eba computer book na ho de on take box no me patronity ene esi besua ka ho se na be ya so adwuma pe no ebe ye fo e de amawo Union te kira kwan e Kumasi ya sesan so me patro usi bus stop one afre number no 0555 383848 0555 383848 namno eni common patro anopay o sorry akwa adwuma na o bre pa because we bre too much wan kasa asa o sorry no atena se me patro e be go to be nanum se sie energy drink bi ababo ama onso me se sadia hoden no asa akwa koduru bi abenya ne back na onso kwa adwuma wetumi abo adwuma na de oni obi ya adwuma na me honam ya me ya na me jimi me adwuma ahwe ade engineer you adi mpacho to the new Bigo energy drink na enum na fakọ se de be abetumi abo adwuma enwumre ye ginam ginam sa abele aba no England ye ginam ye ho den ye ha se bongres time so se ye besi anom Argentina enwumre yi no na no na enwumre ye de game no ye wam awo SG ya Israel ye kire ya na SG awo mo bia wo entina abehebo ho ede no aduane bibia peso wonso wedo bia na yebenya bi enso ede amawo na ye kwa nyina ABA Herbal Clinic ama asasene me pacho hwa ade a enkoye wani wo problem me pacho fakọ nyenhwe emfama obu wonu ma kwabena tu zip mo se kwabena se de bi zip mu ntum ama nansan match ya akọji yi akọfa yade kase bi e de aba wodun so bi a wo brem pacho ABA Herbal omo ebebo no matu ase de afiri ho oba physical enkoye hypertension stroke me pacho prostate kidney problem bia o kon ABA clinic na omo hwe kama pa me pacho Kumasi ya kwada so dwena se omo market na chire ho doma hinkro yo ho momra na yensam yade 0541 565 199 hɔ deɛ yɛmfa yadeɛ enguna hɔ ensan emfa empie me pacho yadeɛ yɛntikɔ na ɔmo ensaw yadeɛ finally ɛyɛ nana P phones and accessories me pacho yɛtɔn mobile phones and home appliances na yɛ promotion bebree yɛ promotion ebi ne sɛ obɛtɔ mobile phone efiri yɛn hɔ na usika nso ɛbɛmo atua half na ka ɛbɛma 3 months to 12 months now they tuatua ne kakra ɛne number 1 number 2 ɛne sɛ problem bi aba ho a yɛbɛhwɛ ne asolve ɛde ama na yɛ home appliances no yɛtɔn flat screen TV yɛtɔn fridge microwave air condition washing machine in fact bibia shinshini nina machine bia yusu ofie ma ne yɛ bia no yɛtɔn bi ɛwɔ yɛ na kache na yɛ se wo de bɛtɔn de ɛwɔ yɛ hɔ ne nche wade foforo into to TV a ugina ha directors kratch mpacho bra ababa age ayon ukofi afato atade Jamaica V na wonya aduane bi na yenwuna wodi ahyem na wonso atimi Amaica V ne kama na se wonso bibia akoyie ade amanti ahode eye tade emi nche wade eniema no fofofofo World Cup ni tia ya teso epeso bia enso atimi tobi ntimi sew uwram e Kumasi aduma asida house na Kesme hono opposite ye ho nana kwesi adwuma building in PZ ye ho ena obiba JK building in honso eyade a ye ho tamale abuabu station bisa ne enkyerɛw ena enkran mo amo ewo nkran ni nyina na eye Madina Zongo Junction 0533093422 anopei amo ena aso ye na sena Wednesday edition of Nhyira Digital Passports. Yes, so Jumadi na se di amamo na enra game ba kwa di padudo na ka ho asam na France and na Spain. Na before the game in fact just service ana amanfo ye ni na bibia no tilte to omaya from France obia se France ebese Spain na oye the people's favorite. But the ball game we no na Spain a kire se hwe ewiase teams ni bi won ma one ebi bo enhia kra omon na na France kamienu ama France entimi antikanti yakasai e say the Spain omadom tikita omwuram awo the grand finale omo twen ene England ene Argentina. Jude Owusubafo, good morning.
Good morning, Rich.
Now to say
nyame adominu announce we
nyame adom bibia fine. First off,
yeah bro,
scoreline no na true reflection of the game.
Of course, no true reflection of the game.
Okay.
Virtually start or game, which means say
only better so.
We here start now clearly.
Go move to France for.
No idea. Honestly, we're even fortunate. Say me my supported France since 1998. Yeah, so be on me behind him say entina me team Arsenal, not Real Madrid and so about titine dey na Real Madrid. But time now France World Cup now French players started say Arsenal. Now Arsene Wenger so echo hono and I'm starting say me support Arsenal. Yeah, but na me team na titine.
And no do any so brew.
Oh, any am so brew me but.
Say for no boy yadodo.
Bro, no me appreciate reality.
Okay.
Nah, indeed, Yanka say the Spaniards, congrats to them. And almost actually the reasoning here, almost deserve it, almost become the World Cup finals. Bro, yesterday game national. Me share two teams in the lineup by and I'm saying, and I assemble to you. Odin, say offer Spaniards now at the 4-1-2-3 formation, and I could De La Fuente started with. At the left side of their defense, Marco Crella, which I brand on Munia, or say I appreciate his branding because he did a fantastic job. Now about Pedro Porro, on also board the right side of their defense. The center of defense, no, Merrick Laporte and Paul Kubasi, that boy, rich. Now Wababeka, the goalkeeper, Unai Simon, on also Emani, the goal post for them. Now Rachel back midfield on the midfielder, combination of Rodri, Fabian Ruiz, me who midfield Rich.
What did you bobo too much?
Just I can't born in the Rich. I know I see. Now, what about flanks on him? Laminia ma Alex Bina, and so airbo flanks. So say Alex Bina no, or no na instead of Nico Williams no, or no find the position on him. Now Rich, Danny Olmo, another splendid chap with Mikel Oyarzabal. LED attack. They say, oh, form squad, no, not rich. Wow, yeah, technical person and a tactical person. Say, beauty game, Nasia. Osha France and so line up who yeah, the 4-2-3-1 formation. I did the show. It decided, say, oh, but with Mike 9 or no air money post. Now about Jus Kunde and the Lucadine. Horrible Lucadine last night. Obo Omo were the right side and the left side of defense respectively, and then Dio Upamecano and then William Saliba Ebo at the center of defense. Now Oba and Fim Fluho, Ubenya Abranti and the Bradley Bacola, any Dembele, also ABM Museno, no Ababa Benya Abranti and the Olise, any Mbappe, also LED attack na Rabiu, Adrian Rabiu, and so Ewon Fifth Niobi. Bro, me share on ne Rabiu, I'm a saying who Chwameni Elho. Rich, Eddie Kaime me. Rich Sebi Obia, where the game next year, or te football as you nim game no. Becca said the coach decided, say obey you see Abranti and the day edit Rabiu instead of Connie. Well, sa guy no, very splendid
Rasta guy no.
Yes, Rasta guy no. Me who me amo say me. But I felt that coach, Eshenema from this perspective said, in terms of physicality, Rabiu decided in the Bema. But what I say, because he felt said with the Spaniards, the midfield are almost midfield no, and the technical ability of their midfield no, I was sure because Fabian Ruiz, a crabola in midfield, or person or the ball no, or the bear, Rodri and crabola, sir. Hence, not all physicality, and me beside me also say, Chouamini, bro. Abranti no urban, I thought say no why a bit rusty. And instead of Chouamini, meaning I then start to be N'Golo Kante. Romba Choti I say, N'Golo Kante and Shase because he's very alcoholic. Oh no, bet me as one. Yes, oh the Ejitum says Sabia Kantemita. On to me 190 minutes. It is agreed because even during the qualifiers, any friendlies, no, it showed. But at least Manin started, raise what I say. Now at least on first and Yadeni Takashi. On try so bad disorientated the Spaniards midfield no on first had an emra game no me no yanya sade no game no timi hu yanam so France midfield no a best of 5 years pe be ma France attacking quartet no yeah Abranti and the Dembele Olise Kylian Mbappe Lotte mu no omo bebre and bro you say game na say a book game ne kono say Rodri and Fabian Ruiz who say clearly almost from midfield on no because France rely on quick transition on the counter on the break. I hope France beat me any the joy because say offer and ranty me no more about France midfielder. Now we show more technical ability. Now we compare Spaniards no midfield technical ability. Bro, emu wa ye. This minimum so me ajan. Na gap no emu wa. So almost who say okay, yen the France and one day na kwakwa jina nanim ho no. Omo nipa for no omo nde omo hu ehu. They have the pace and Mbappe enya ball obesa obepa so. Oh here space. And in quick transition obeha eba breaks on beha. And the other incident you are born in free omo nsem. Almost strategy no. No, let's just relax. Yemo ball no, mo yem pass the ball no around. Yebo ball ne sa definitely ebe frustrate omo because omo midfield no to be match up to your midfield. Hence, they decided, say, that was the game plan on the ball. And Rich, really, it worked to perfection. Because Fabian Ruiz, Rodri, oh my God. I was like, Michel game now, phenomenal subrimi. And Rich, yeah, Kano, and now Michel Abrantia, or no, Ebo, France, Lucadine. Rich, Michel Lucadine, ne Lamine Yamal. And the Quay Lamine Yamal, Eddie Lucadine, and that guy was jittery. Minia. Michel was like, Rich, Eddie Kane, yeah, I'm on for a penalty. No one said, but me boy. Maybe supported France.
It's a clear penalty.
But it was a clear penalty. It was an obvious penalty. Patroyanti game, Nasu, when can you question the Rich? Problem I yanya season here by Babashasi. I'll say in referees, no a lot of education. When him say one cap no more airborne. Go kick any Emra, yes, saying. I know be near Baby Yusu and Lignum, so I aware there. So supporters nan Tim Ranasi, Nasa education no answer because FIFA anytime I fight and FIFA Bema Emra, Amane Diamano, and I changes Bebano. Say changes neighbor usually I almost shall say you see from June. Reason I'm used to from June, they say, almost say June no, I do on my teams no abba break. So to pre-season near Diano. na ehonom no ye de amasa education no ansa na new season no I get underway. Enti no sisi ame no ka say ye referees ne kra minimum say matter of fact say every next month kra no omo baba be exams. Enti ade na ye hwe no World Cup na ye hwe no ye hwe ne ensam fa nsua agro ni yie na ye league no mania ma bi o ho esia ye ho. Right. Football ye need issue of minimum patrioty. Ye ma education no. Ball man here very explicit. Now look at him. Lamine Yamal is smart. Oh, who say Abrante no ho kire no. And on look at him problem. And oh yes smart. It's stealing ball no away from look at him. Now o stealing ball no. Look at him went in for the player. Ye need issue of say or try so about ball no. Na Lamine Yamal asenanim. Right, the bottom line is that Lamine Yamal no ball no. A ball near boy mboni pa but what I say. So certainly it was a penalty. It was an obvious penalty. There's no qualm whatsoever about it. A penalty. So let's just establish that. Now ye emotions and tunche because me I'm a Leblanc, me support France. But truth of the matter is it was a penalty. So penalty no rich if you be anyone.
Okay.
So why complain? Rich, secondly, goal Lamine Yamal essay Angela. That goal also not any goal. He was marginally off. And some another education reaching him per VAR protocols no. VAR protocols stress the moment a referee when you're sure of the situation and that's in church I said time behind also assistant referee no ever communicated to the referee I can say offside no. So when you're sure what you do is that Jaiman Mbobon is but also what I say also born we are what the benefit of VAR. And VAR no ever communicated to you no about the way. And to about the hair. Yen Santia de Bias say VAR ain't taking decisions for referees. So assistant referees ain't taking decisions for referees. Referee no the final arbiter. To reach referee the say Coco ready no. So VAR and no communicating about the hair. Incidents new year. After one who no then over concluding and to shine no. So full says still player no any offside. No problem. Rick Patriot has a punishment on our because Van so to assess the referee. Van the final say. And the referee go and also Adiano. Clear, offside. Okay. When he needed VAR came in to assist. Time and not here VAR, but also penalty then. What's a penalty then one hand home with VAR? Because no a double share, no a cock share of the situation. So let's just establish that. The point is a share total share and de Ashe France. The referee about 80 to 90% of his decisions he got it right. And I think that baby cry say asem no I am na menu afifita kan asem bi magiatum. Also unim he toda bibia ni ho in life we be yi emfa. After we as about say go no. Na me he unim say 10 minutes later and William Saliba so e pray. So at that point I was like
Saliba prayer and I'm cultural no me page ho Richard TV.
Oh
me true that I can.
Enti Saliba say pray na bro and me who say it is finished.
Ko na me say le crano.
Now the internet rich and me sure so Madrid star been worried. What him say by virtue of the decision the coach took. Say no the person trainer say Ibrahim Konate no for choice center back.
Okay.
No, because look at a game of such magnitude. And your game be an ordinary game.
And Konate ball Liverpool. He's a starter.
Yes.
Friend national team on commande first team.
Yes. Madrid. Rich Pachuati as in 2 year Madrid star. Okay. Say BBA the advance say and I was expecting some with the physicality because in terms of physicality I was sure the time Lecran Pachuati as and I was so experience no. And over to me defending. So I was like, why? What is happening? Into here, Madrid star. Oh no, when you embrace Obaba Benya such a talent, in a way, a boo abem. Now, bro, and now, me saying who be France back for rich. Amwa situation. When it became very clear, say France midfield no virtually they had been siphoned. Omuntu me nye bibia game no. And for the needed supplies. Which year the Mbappe here then the start never so because he's a star boy. And me ye bibia and fam Mbappe no. Once a coach Emma ne drop it by deep. Me so only say oh by deep. So bet me affect play from there. So now Rich, I was expecting Sanka Frank back for no. and so bet me a push about the support attack. I read you my dear me. So Central France back four no clearly, critically, not unhuadi. Set the back four no so. And yes, our ball playing back for now. Omutimi side supporting attack here. Talk of Jules Kundi, Lukadin, Saliba, any Opamecano after Saliba Prenimpu. Rich now said that yes, I didn't zoom free back for no. It's the moment. Supplies no Emma anymore no. Clearly, only supply be free baby. Maybe also a difference. Also, for instance, Brazil at a point air bubble. Not the expected results. Emma, Obenya certain Danny Alves. Obet me those runs. And move it in a calf mo, or bet me a Sabian de Assessor game. Even Yaka Crano. Now the back one England will be a can was Air Trent Alexander-Arnold because a drew baby or no bet me a free a chaba, no or the South supply number, but France Simunia Sardian. Rich,
Omashamo,
Shemushia, and you're more a brandy way abaso. Rich, Oshe, Pau Kubasi.
At the age, I'll walk up.
That boy was super yesterday.
Only American
Laporte. Only American Laporte.
On Shevaba crowd.
On Shiva. So come.
On Shevaba crowd.
Debut. At a point, na me shako ade killing Mbappé Lotin. Efaso. Me pamucho. Yeah, appreciate Abrantia no. Na yeah appreciate no. One other player was your kind of one senior was Mark Kerala. Rich and but you pa. Because only next Spain defense on air high line. A drew baby no muja a lot of space and a France person or exploiting those spaces. But anytime you try some exploiting, there was a certain Mark Krella. Oh no, making sure say or the stability about me idea be about Abranti and the performance overall. Unim or yeah one last man tackle. Or sounds so am I one interception. Or yeah one clearance, one block shot. Or we need 3 out of 4 draws at Okom. Rich, apart from Enono, Unim say or sound so am I 4 recoveries in the game. That was outstanding from that boy. Rich me pacho, another personality I me feel so say appreciating any year so pan. My man Rodrigo
Cascante.
Oh. Rich Unim the yesterday at the behind. So I join about the Spanish national team. Spain over the period, any national team will produce clinical finishes. Yes, we can make a case for Fernando Torres. We can talk of David Sanchez Villa, then this handsome gentleman or Raul Gonzalo Blanco. But how many nations will produce clinical finishes? It has always been about their midfield. The Sergio Busquets, the Andres Iniesta, almost the Enra Brandt and the Bono, and then one him saw no seen role model any Sergio Busquets.
Okay.
Now Enra Bono no Bono clearly who Sergio Busquets traits, who's our traits ni be ewan. And this is a Spanish national team one. Wa bought up even at a point with Cesc Fabregas as the false 9. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So almost started so more and near more you say now, Rich. Am I so and Enra Mbappe was horrible. Only the start Enra. Recent Mbappe start it here. 0 goals, 0 assists, no shot on target. Utie. Key passes, Wama Bakumpo. Or try so bad dribbling 6, Emuba Kope and Onyane right. Or losing possession 14 times. Unlike Kylian Mbappé Lotin. No, Rich. It was simply a bad day. Ya share from me and Shia.
Enye Argentina befa. Na yemfa nwe
game no menua dey but ade ba ko na menim se certainly ebeboa England hwe Argentines no hu hwe omo central defense no Rich mahu ade bi e wo omo ho omo central defense no yes ebetimi aba be support attack omo betimi cry the goal aba omo timi e possess ball but Rich was the omo ye mistakes pa
okay
Argentina defense omo ye mistakes pa and me sure say hono no e na England ebenya ne joy. And England is here one team or a very smart or pace only team. Yes, Argentines on paper are started as favorite. One, they are the defending champions of the World Cup. Secondly, with the kind of performance especially over one nation or team suffer year per rate over a period was suffer or suffering as so football. What Jatum say what cycling the team here Linus Scaloni ni team Argentina, yes. Almost how to suffer. Even in this World Cup, one would have been several instances. Almost suffer being himself in effect in almost free competition. By who know almost come when but I mean him say those mistakes are almost especially against Egypt. So we those mistakes against a nation like England.
you punish.
Oh, yeah, and sound so and recover.
Okay.
Which will be some say game way because say I mean likely to end 2-1 game win so me who extra time.
Okay.
Hurricane will score,
right.
but certainly my man, the
Lionel
god of
Messi.
football.
Ben Niemano.
Ben Niemano so emfa sanebe. Minia sanebe bra.
Football is coming home now.
Football. It wouldn't come home though. They'll get to the grand finale.
But okay,
and eventually
you Argentina.
Spaniards. Yes,
okay. How do you know you do? How do you know you do? Okay, insurance of 4.5. So for message no bra. Na yankin kan enso fama but order for bra. Me dim komo kitwe bi. Me ba both Facebook and the YouTube no. Messages no menya abotre pa na makenkan ni na e dia ma titiru anwumre game na eba so England Argentina obetimi do prediction no aba na makan e dia ma ba sisi ade dia pomuden komo kakra bi ade amam ye ne agan edo na usi street ni so a obi adi hu komo no adanse wo ho no I'm telling you e chen otwe ho enwi aba pampa twatena ma me aso akonya no from te ha tena yendi eye enkomo no eye good morning
Richard.
Patro na want to say
nyame adaro ma me ho ye pa me didi se onso ho
nyame adom me ho ye pa me ne mahwefo ne atiefo nyina no agan from pamcho yetie mo
you Richard anopay medawase ene akonya sonko a wodi ama me na afi madahwefo ne atiefo nyina so ase adaro ma mekasa e di free Pemsan Company Limited. Na mo amunim say ye ka Pemsan dia ene na eye home of quality herbal medicine. Me pa cha wadaroma enura hodo pi ena ye kofa bai eye Dr. James Amoa e dia ba adwama so. Dia hin ena wate ne nka. Anopay emu ba ko amene wo ba be ka ho asem eye agan herbal mixture ena afin so ne capsules. Wadaroma mesrel sesei no sadia weda no emu ayenwunu kakra bia na nsuo ne to kakra bia na nsuo ne to awia ne bebo kra enhyeda mosa ani ntimesre se ye be prioritize ya pomuden ye be hwe de ye di de ye nom ye be hwe ni nyina ye sadia be ya pomuden so ebetumi afa ne ntoma pa efra adaroma anopei ebia utie me anasa bre wo hwe me a ebia na wodi akwakoya ahotutuo sadia weda ni ma yenwunu no ekoba ne se ya ahotutuofo no titiri ne omo wasasa bro no aya omo ntimi kra wo be hwe osenaposo na poso nyina ye ne ya ne nsa ne nan chese oje ne ho a enje wadaroma mesrel edu a me kanfo edi ama wano pay eye agan herbal mixture ena afin so ne capsules winya bi na wono mu a wo hotutuo no ana wo sasa bro no a ewo wo so a chese sei na weda ni mu ayenwunu no wo hunu amane na wo hu de wonye no se wonya agan herbal mixture ene ne capsules ne bi na sa wono mu a ebedi wa kagina mu ebeboa wo ama honam ya wo no a wotie ni nyina ebefri wo so akọ esanse eduro no ekuta ennuane nura hodo pi phytochemicals sewom sanso so ena endorphin ahye ne ma na sede yenim se endorphin ewa eduro mu a eye pa esanse eye ade bi a eso oyawa no aninti abra wo benom agan herbal mixture ene ne capsules no na eboa ama wa hotutuo no afri so wo honam no eye wo ya waposo a wotenka eti wo wedie ni mu se eye wo ya no ni nyina wo no magan herbal mixture ene ne capsules no a etu obetwa ama wo so ade wo ho afei obi wo ho ane de ye poor blood circulation meche se moja entumi ni afru sane yie wo ni padua ni mu enti wo behwe na ne ntini ni veins no emu asisi emoja ntimi nko emma eba ni sanso ana ede obre ana stress shrunku bi ato akoma no ene droben ani akoma ne ye adwuma ne nyina so enti wo behu se ono nko a wose ne nsa ene ne nan nyina ye tititi mesrew wadaroma eye moja na ntumi ni afru sane ye wo ni padua ni mu esanse wontini ana wo veins no emu asisi na eba ni sa entumi mma moja no ana akoma ne mpompi moja to all the vital parts of the body enti wo behu se da bia na ono nko a ne nsa no ene ne nan no akwa no ye ne style bi ukokan wosia ananse na ache me mesra wadaroma ananse onye police bo moden na kope agan herbal mixture ene ne capsules ne bi nenom sade ebe ya wonsa ne wonan no a ayetititi a sabi etoda na empabo ahyew na efri tokra wonhunu no wonya aduro bi na wonom a saade ni nyina be free woni paduanim ama won so watumi ade wo ho afei obi a owo sisi yade etete no mesra aduro a wohia eye agan herbal mixture and afei ne capsules so when you adre bi no mu a wusisi yade no said de tie bia ebekọ a wonti pain ne kra bi mesrel bomade na kope adre ne bi esan se adre we na wusi a mountain so a chese ye hoahoa no eye again herbal mixture and afei ne capsules so nya bi na no mu a ebeboa wusisi na sabi emu aye mre wusisi no a sabi wote oya wo mu no ni nyina wo no again herbal mixture ne capsules no a ebe free ho ama wo so watumi ade wo ho said ebe ya sciatic pain enso so emfa ne ho magimu me kire se entini na wo to ase ho no aya wote oya sronku bi wom ana wachi bremu na etutu no se wunya again herbal mixture ne capsules ni bi na se wo no mu a ebe boa wo pa ebe boa asosade ni nyina no e de free ho na emomu adaro ma hyane so ma yese wo koto aduro yi a emfa wo pe ennom adaro ma bomoden sabre wo hwe ya aduro no enegu ho fefefe no a numbers ne so egu ase no ebi a wonso wutie ye e wo kasa fidie so ye de numbers ne tudwa said ye be ya wo ne doctors no ebetumi adi nkomo na wo de wo frɛ a omanya abotre e de ama na oma kire wo dosage e wosa wo fa ekwan a wo befa so anom no ene nneoma hodoɔ bi a wo beye e de aka ho numbers no e 0500
0500
88 30 and our face 0500 88 90 adaroma number si aye dia tudwei bomode ne fa na frɛ wo de wo frɛ wo se doc me ha onie kan wa pomuden ho ha onyina fa kire no and feri mfa bibia anwada na mfa bibia ntete wo ka kire no a ɛna ɔno so benya adagye enya abotre de ama wo se de be ya wo so wa pomuden ebetumi akonkan sabre oba fefa wo hweme menstrual pain and menstrual cramp na ayekoda nda ewo wo so a mesra wa daroma edura wo hia eye again herbal mixture ene ne capsule sunya bi na se wo no mu a ebeboa wo pa ebesiesie wo mfichi komu ebeyi wo mfichi komu ya oni nyina afri ho ama oba pa when is that time of the month e was a sabi wo bu wo nsa no a watumi abu wo nsa afili oya obia nso eni akire wa sabi wo moja fin e was eba entumi ma wa won so wo de eba na nso eba nketenkete no wunya again herbal mixture ene ne capsules ne bi na sa wo no mu a ebeboa ayisa ohaw ne nyina e de afri ho se de ebe ya wo mfichi komu na nso so ebe ya kama na won so wade wo ho e de afri anidane bia eho sanso ena wa won so wakoma bo peri wo nante ko ha ne hasima ba kokra na wote so no again herbal mixture ene ne capsules that make comfort e de ama wunya bi na wo no mu a ebeboa pa ebesiesi wakoma no ebesiesi wo nipadua ebe detoxify wo nipadua nim ebe hohoro feeling kekawa bia na piano nyina e de aba abonten said de ebe ya wakoma no ebe ye fully active ebe bo adwuma said de wo se eye no na enkonkofa insunsanso boni bia nso so emrew wa wo so wuti fa eta pai wo wusi wutri ase ya asam wo ma wutri so a ya asam no aduro no ane again herbal mixture ena afei ne capsule sunya bi na wono mu a ebe boa wo pa wadaroma hyane nsoma ye na wokoto aduro no a wa frɛ yen e wo 0244 718 557 ena afei 0241 604 702 Mr. numbers no eye 4 ene e de atudwa emu bia wo de opesa wo frɛ no frɛ se si akra meka se obetumi afrɛ doctors no aye krado a wono mo twen se wo mo ne wo ebedi nkomo na edro yin so ye domo na ye dwen mu hunti no ya to apete Ghana hafa na ba bia se wono mo wa mo no ne no deliveries no kwa na ekoso na wa me ne wumienu ye wa hei edian na ye twen bomoden na ko all pharmacies herbal and chemical shops ahodo nyina mu wo kwa wo se wo pe again herbal mixture and ne capsules no de wo ho bia ebeyi bi edi amount na eye dodo mu so de afa wani kire mu e wo PFA pharmacy e Waterford New Road Junction wo ko ha wonsa ebe ka dodo bia wo pe afei Colinac herbal enso so e wo Ashtown Freddie Mens and Rock Pillar herbal so e wo KO Dani Farmer e wo mrum okwa wonsa ebe ka again herbal mixture and ne capsules no ebi Cape Coast and ne importamu ni nyina so e Pina herbal wo bomodin dru Pina herbal a wonsa ebe kan nu pay bi afei Ashaiman downtown Tachiman ene kaswa new market for ni nyina no Humble Mother Pharmacy pharmacy abebie pharmacy no kese pa wo ho enti wo kwa agan herbal mixture ene ne capsules no to wo bo ase time chuku dudu bia wo pe no wonsa ebetumi aka bi wo ho wo ba madendru enkran so dia okaishi drug lane ho no mo a Repash Ventures okwa mama Repash o wa bro san so sa enti wonsa ebetumi aka nrani nyina bi esan sesese ye na no nso ire atwam yi enya de bi kan no enti wo de wo kwa dudu bia wo pe no wo betumi enya bi wo ho mesre obomode ne hye ne nsomaye se Pimsan Company Limited yeni herbal hospital bia e wo ba bia na mum afei na doctor eden hyehyɛ pa egu akwan mu a enche ye de Pimsan Herbal Clinic no eba besomo said ye be ya me ne umienu nyina ya pomuden ebetumi akonkan afei enkane pre-care natural powder na ewo mountain no na a free Pimsan Company Limited no sesei eni adwama so biem sesei de ye de ahye nanan eye agan prekese garlic mixture enti mesra wadaroma wokɔ adwama so na wokɔ akɔpɛ bi ato na wokɔ na obi ka kyɛw se Pimsan for prekese garlic mixture no ebi ni ho na emom pre-care natural powder na ewo ho a oboa wadaroma sini hu esan se yenye biem ebi ni ho biem enti mesra obomaden na ma wapomuden ho hia esan se wo wapomuden a na wo betumi akwa aba bisa wo se ene ya wo ho oden yimpo etesen na yade eba be kan wato ho hyene nsomaye na wapomuden eho hiaye Richardo dasepa
yenso yedamasepa pensanfo ene edupa mo yede amagana ene asantima nyina nyamishamo yenim se ahwefo nso mbato monto because adanse e wadu no hono bebre onombia yare bia hawo no anu mnran kono ni na betu ase enso etimi ediama messages be enumbi na fifi manfred ento so and from started from Facebook. Kwame Eugene, Argentina could do what Spain did yesterday. Kwame Eugene, a message out there aben no pen no Sapon K Dennis, shame on you all who predicted win for the black European team France. Bravo to Spain team of the moment. Danny Boy with the free air London. And now this message at the Aben Lionel Jr. You predicted with confidence that France will win. Now, why were you scared when you said the lineup? I can say with the confidence that Belgium can beat this Spain team. Belgium name no coffee. And then I'll share Spain a team way. Okay, the Argentina will qualify today in extra time. Okay, or the message out there are bringing. And no, okay, also there you have a product or company you don't okay, I'm sorry there private message. And the major tour na actually I don't know him say I don't know say message you say there it be a later na maka wan say media but before I start to cry no a brand to be a bit chatty me
if you have to contact him or find a contact and can message
okay. All right. I'll say a friend I better bedu. Yeah, dear me no. Yeah.
The people me wana.
I don't know. So far my kind dem nyesho. Say bi anko ye you ho
dia. Say bi very awura o hwehwera. Besi bizi.
There be ndese basa dia. Obra. Oba betina ni mu ha.
Odi ka ma me wone wa.
Uye nu ani hu ni a. Obabo obra show so. Abrante bi ose obaso to Charles Jesse. This is the animal. But person who say on go ahead na nkenen onto na on customize within wechi na on famra.
Oh UK.
I think no so who also.
No problem, but like obaso on your permissions obet me atawam.
Yeah, obaso who so you okay.
Can you buy a house if he wants to?
If you have permission, you need to or person turn in there.
You can buy.
Now or customize within wechi.
So you buy.
Debi obema.
This is a but a bema.
Okay. See,
back with me, my bema.
Oh, show no minimum so no ankasa. And you can go ahead. Now what on customizing it, you know. Ediaba. Ni Salah so bobo Chelsea.
Salah be.
Mohamed Salah.
Chelsea be.
Na Chelsea be na wunim.
Na Salah wo buy am fa. Afu ko wakwa o mo eja for mo wi na Salah back. Yenia bro rich. This is your bro. Yem be ye bia o team ni mo yenia bro. Ye be say yes she. Ni abre in League ban and fire.
And the loans you cry.
It was 2 weeks ago, no, about 3 or 4 days ago, and I had the very first exactly 1 year Club World Cup. Which for every Chelsea fan, we thought that was going to be the beginning of something amazing. Honestly speaking, we thought that was going to be the beginning of something really huge for us. But Amanesa, and 1 year on, the club is still ruling. I think the best thing that happened to the club in that year on has been probably Xabi Alonso and the breath of fresh air at Araba Club. But for that, nothing really has gone on. About this summer, you didn't come about Marco Palastra, Marco Tonaba. When you say that Chaveri at the end of Kunkoho. But this morning, what we are hearing is that in just the next coming days, no, Chelsea will finalize Abrante friend of Pep Chaveri now because Xabi Alonso was insistent. Say Chaveri need a player or Peno as left back. And now Jureka, look at the performance of Marco Correa. That is the kind of player that Chelsea would have to replace. And it is a coach can say, when a mission obey close to him, in building a team, you sort of help the coach in that direction. And Chelsea if you want to do Pep Chaveri and of course, Maxence Lecroix Bono and Ranam will problem back. Bono Lecroix boarding in just one problem for Ranam. Pedro Porro and I think we have an image. That is the
way I spent for Nhyira film.
Aha. It was in fact it was the real Danny Omo a film and Spain for essentially. Bono boy no yet was in control building up everything and I was every Chelsea fan was keenly watching. Physicality he was there, he was winning the real duels. We have also mentioned say or a player or front footed. On time for morning, but so step up, nobody close it down. He gave us all of those things, but for that goal that Danny Pedro Porro share at that point in time, with the Lecroix, it was purely a Lecroix problem. It was not Danny. It was not Obiakeke. It was Lecroix. No, yes, a big mistake. You know, I don't think say image. You know, I see. But if you look at it, it was purely a branch friend Maxence Lecroix because once the ball went to Danny Omo, he wanted to go. And a space better Omar than Pedro Porro or Boshe. Which may so be the message be by say shame on to those that predicted this is the ball. This is it. And quickly send it who's a Danny Omo Lecroix. Once the ball got to Danny Omo, he moves towards the ball. And yes, the characteristic of centre backs not too aggressive, no. So when you're careful, players like Danny Omo, they will attract you to the ball. There's space in my down t-shirt. That is when Abrante friend Pedro Porro was clean on goal. I think that was a big issue on Abrante friend Maxence Lecroix. But apart from that, it wasn't a problem. You see, the only hold up with that deal, Sika Crystal Palace for Nepe. And Chelsea want to finalize Pep Chaveri. Only then the focus on Abrante Maxence Lecroix for him to come in. Which what you say? Yes, Mode Manu Kone eba become a listener.
A France Rasta guy. We're a fantastic midfielder.
But when we say Astati in Europe, that is the news that is going on. Say after say who's officially and Yuri Tillman signing the contracts for Manchester United. Of course, announcement officially will be done today, and I think that's already gone on. Or Manchester United. And contacts have been established between Yuri Tillman and any agents, any friend is saying Manu Kono, any agent for Manchester United. So United in one summer in the rebuild of the midfield. And I told you that for me, a lot of good job has been done to Ineos. Kone, Tillman, Andre Santos, Bruno Fernandes, Macy Mount, Manolo Gart, Stone Enkoye. So this is the midfield that United Ekita coming into the season. And I think that is decent. I think it's a very, very decent midfield going into the season. Of course, United can do better. And all of these things, it's about how well the coach, that is Michael Carrick, could put them together to be able for them to be able to give results to team friend Manchester United. But that is a very, very good midfielder United have put together on them. Still, Barca have still not finalized the deal for Abrantia, your friend Julian Alvarez. And it will take some time. But what we are hearing is that by the end of July, still Atletico for ninjas so offer them to come on tomorrow. There is a plan B.
Okay.
And that plan B may include player swap. And when you hear somebody like Ronald Araujo probably swapping plus money to Atletico Madrid for Brent FN because Barca wants him. And they are clear. then Barca wants him. Plus the deal for Ferran Torres to go to Paris Saint-Germain can also materialize, and when it does, it can be good for them. Only the bad news from Akoso Barcelona is the injury of our bench friend Frankie de Jong. Frank Akupra, and he can go as long as 2 to 4 months of playing football from the World Cup now. And it means that one showing Barca cannot sell Marc Casado. You have to wait and then look at how the season will develop before they can do a decision on him. But Marc-André ter Stegen, so Echo, Ajax Amsterdam, they will pay a part of his fee, which is a good one for them. Will be the message be by. Also, shame on us that predicted for the African Europeans.
More predicted my France in the I say a friend Sapon K Dennis.
Yeah.
Shame onto all of you who predicted win for the black European team France. Bravo to the Spanish team, the team of the moment. Danny boy, and this time I said,
why shame on us? Daddy, why are you shaming us?
Yeah, the data the data ne catch any. My Kodu Park in your says data with you. Nanka Gobi and Casper winning good France water. And I mean, so we take Kylian Mbappe, and the other players are on board the France.
Yeah.
So and Spain born on boy, no. There's no way Anna France be to win the game, no.
Rich, maybe before
penalty na having.
Say the event you see game, you know, and I heard you and you talk about the injury to Saliba. Of course, it will change something.
Sure.
Penalty, obviously, it will change something. But right, in the first half, even before all of these events, I noticed something. So in my analysis, I was keen to say one of the ways that France would beat Haiti, Spain for was the turnover in transition and the balls into the channel with the pace of Mbappe Moniade. France tried to do it. But this is where you have to respect Louis de la Fuente. Any Spain for De La Fuente for putting the team together, and then the Spanish players, especially the 2 center backs and either of the other full back, based on where the ball was, no, in doing their job, plus Unai Simon. Because even before those goals, it looked to me from commentary position, say Spain for no France and so they have the antidote to make sure they stop that. Pleasantly, I liked how the Spaniards responded to that analysis, because to be very honest with you, Rich, say Oko game you know that the Spaniards want to hold on to the play, and Paul Kubasi now he didn't shy away from playing. And make Laporte, he didn't shy away from playing. But the problem was that say Spain if you go too deep, not say space near the center house next to S1. Unai Simon's starting position should be high. When you look at the data and you look at almost every numbers that come from the gamer, Unai Simon made the most sweeping from a goalkeeper than any goalkeeper in this World Cup in just one match. It's done in your Spain for the first cheaper. Then you see Unai. Lord say, boy,
on Kylian
Mbappe before Mbappe. And I asked myself, say, me person me show you play who the starting position, because originally go on Mbappe.
Yeah.
It means that his starting position was at the edge of the box.
The awareness was wrong.
Yes. And Rich, the goalkeepers, trainers, the coaches, they work on it.
Okay.
Say, I didn't bet me high in into your starting in 2-1 now. Sanibody your starting position should be high. Then you can go and clear off. From there, honestly speaking, I said, nah.
In fact,
De La Fuente has done a good job. Rich, sometimes, and you debiana, me person member, and no Spain, me no. To be a discredit to France, I think Spain were fantastic. In fact, again, the next thing I realized in the game, which means say France me, I didn't like the starting lineup of Michael Olise in this game. I think that Samachi, a Sankobo midfield 3, proper midfielders, Chomeni, Rabiot, and Admano Kone. But throughout the competition, France won't have played against low block sides. So when you play against low block sides, now Olise, Bakola, Mbappe, Dembele, it's because you want more technical players to break them down. But you are playing against a side that want to dominate the play. So you didn't need Olise and Bakola. You could have probably played back Olise on the wing and then taking off Bakola. Then in the game, you play Monokone. Because baby, who says Spain for the dominating ball on the power was in the center of the park. And For me, they went back to the age-old adage of control the middle, control the game. Which me who be that. I don't think say the man of the match was Pedro Porro. Maybe the good I scored. It was Rodri Cascante. And the decision of Louis de la Fuente, maybe a Barca fan in that, and I saw a lot of Barca fans disagreeing, saying about Fabian Ruiz ahead of Pedri. Fabian Ruiz is a more natural DLP than Pedri. Pedri is more advanced in terms of progression. And the experience of Fabian Ruiz, if you want to control largely the ball, you will play Pedri. But person will control moment, you combative. Now we need duels on field forum to be able to control even without the ball. You need Fabian Ruiz in addition to Rodri. And then duels, ground duels, combat. Nani?
So on the
ball, so free out of possession. Baby of a corner, he will commit a foul there. And he goes out, puts in a tackle, comes back. In all of this, Natalia, I can catch him. 2 game, still Natalia, what tackle? What a player.
The guy, Oji Ballon d'Or, among us, no. Unless I brand to the beyond time.
Yes.
Rodri,
yeah.
So on a groove more tempo controller. Jibon on the bench, the young qua, you say the tackling spot on.
Yeah. Who's a number 6 rule? No? A very interesting rule. To the extent that from old days in Albano, almost every time there is a redefinition of the rule.
Okay.
And it's Uncle Baby end time friend number 6, almost you see the word anchor.
Okay.
And so it is similar to sending a ship ebe dock using its anchor. And see, ship ebe do dock now, omuja anchor no too soon. And the anchor holds the ship still. And see, for some people, it's an anchor who now keep it the balance of the whole ship. Which is it? But a number Bono has now asked more of the anchor. You're supposed to keep the balance, but you keep a bona. And so say Bobby. And Utina, I thought the people feel like Moise Kai said when you normal proper 6 because only energy young comra obi MP the clan rise as a normal 6, even 2 Kelemon as a normal 6 or 8 box to box. Because what you want for your 6 is that Ezo Bubu Niano plus body the canning sir. Eso the adwuma more on passy on biemu body timber can is anywhere ginaso. And once he stays on the ball
to pass back could be
Rich, it is fun, and that's why the likes of Rodri Mo and Rich imagine say at the end you see Rodri you know or Sanso the another experienced guy in Fabian Ruiz into here 2 DLPs plus Franks were able to midfielders are on the ball DLPs very physical Adrian Rabiot physical Chimeni physical, but all physicality, you know, the Spaniards could match it. Honestly speaking, in commentary, I kept on telling myself that no, De La Fuente understood the needs of the match. Than DJ Deschamps. And it brings me to a question I want to ask you, Tifo. Rich, in ball, people love the game, so I'm sure they should know this. Between tactics and individual player, any player quality, I mean, can individual player. Player quality, any tactics. Then can you coach and can be prioritize it.
Okay.
Say so they should reply. But
my farmer said no.
But who first?
Minimum first.
Yeah.
Player quality.
Yeah.
And a tactics.
Yeah.
Maybe player quality.
Who be player quality?
Because at the end of the day, I'm going to park so.
Oh, we decide.
Tactics. No better be the game. Maybe to feel it. But so player quality. Every minute of the game, every second of the game, game now. I love that.
And France for player quality now,
it's because also said they now Kasawakano. Bono is paying for the Bono. Who will be more? You don't play.
I prefer tactics.
Yes. Oh, per tactics. Reason is saying.
My reason in say unya the right tactics. Player quality ever be useless. And for Sobia Masubian,
the tactics into them must be winning right.
Yes, tactics the more winning and your player quality.
Sir,
you know what I think?
Oh, also Dienze.
It's Bakun Kunyabako.
Okay.
The tactics in your good is say player quality in your top outboard, they can execute it. Yes, player like the French team, the player quality here, Mbappe, and now Jeboda
Fanelance.
Yeah, the player quality is there, but tactically They were losing the battle to the Spaniards. Dembele looked ordinary yesterday. Michael Olise. It's because at that level this time, sometimes those two don't go.
What was it for me?
Yeah.
Football is going home. Yeah, bet. I can't need to be you, my friend. But me can't find a name.
Yeah.
So one more body.
Yeah.
They dictate play.
Yes, I have respected Louis de la.
Charlie, the Spain team.
Meaning
super fantastic team.
What's here for Kai? But let me wrap up here. Could England match no?
England game no. Guess so back for player quality. Where is it? I think Roddy. Okay, I'm saying no there. The food doctor said tactics. We say when you have a player quality, they can adhere to your tactics.
Yeah.
Okay. Player quality exceptional. Owusu Philip. And it is our message yaba. Moses I said tactics, but with the right players to execute.
So tactics and player. Pep Guardiola. Also a top player founder.
Maybe
it's the importance of player quality. One in him tactics nature, you know. But
all here quality player to execute the job.
The best number 6 here can once on the Pep and the Nhyira team.
That is Rodri.
Into top player. Then I tactics na yedima.
Say you better Argentina now. So we nya kasa Argentina na.
Maybe the idea Spain for you into as am I careful kakra.
Say
because my prediction coming into the semi-final was based on the performances of Spain and Argentina in the games coming. The Spaniards had not convinced me based on match against Belgium and even Portugal. So when I look at the kind of football the French could play and of course the threat on possession, I felt that okay, France would beat me. But now, in the semi-final when he needed something else, the Spanish did come to the party. Almost different football, different brand of it. And that is why you have to be careful because for the Argentines also, although games too flamboyant, they may turn up tonight. There are a lot of deficiencies in the way Linus Scolani has set up the team and all of that. But they may turn up tonight and it's going to be a big problem for them. I mean, England for no history against the Argentines. And it starts with the hand of God. I think that if there's any perfect country to eliminate Argentina for, when I say England, just for them to get it. And 1986 World Cup, no, so 2-1 now. When you say Enunti, Argentina for not rating to FIFA. Say navy blue now, almost say it's our time. No, so navy blue, they want to wear it again. 1998 World Cup, last 16 versus England. Almost winning in the shootout, they wore the navy blue. Today, although they are playing at the home team, FIFA said they want to wear the navy blue alternative jersey. And because clash with England for 1 year, they want to wear that jersey. So psychologically, the games have begun for the Argentines. Psychologically, they want to wear navy blue and anyway. And it's Lionel Messi, Eric Abrantia, Rich. Maybe I trust Thomas Tuchel. I'm telling you. Maybe everybody knows this.
But I and I'll stop messing Pancho, Mr.
Oh, what's it? No, they asked me a question.
You find a way. No, Messi, you find a way. Be a
one beside say. Then also we will find a way. You better beat me. Now, Rich, one man stopping Messi. We made a rematch.
No Messi, me stopping.
No, Rich, and yes, and Thomas.
Unless to say be a static game now. Near man player back say, "Odo ko baby a jina ninche." Okonunso ne nko te say
under Herrera ne
Kofi guy ne Emrebi's a player gra ne hwan pa. I think Rebecca no so.
Under Herrera ne Hazard.
Okonunso kura di nechi. Aha. E bia je say ne sa. Ne policy no. Akwa no so ye ne sa emfa. Ole no Messi at 8:39 ne ball na obo no. Udwe ho a ontiase.
For me I think England will qualify tonight.
Kofi Nyaminchira. Ontunkum.
I think England.
The power assassin.
Yeah, Kenya, Barcelona for you come. And you are biased, and you don't like Messi.
Oh, yeah,
you don't like Argentina, you don't like Barcelona. Come with you. But I mean, that is how I see it. I think
Argentina film.
Yeah, the English side are what it takes to beat the Argentines for them to go through. And now, boys, for 12 odds. Oh, if you can see him.
I'm out for say France, man. I'm say if you been no final.
I say I'm going to say
Amaso. I say Wendy beat Amaso.
And now Princeton say Argentina and Spain make a final.
Okay.
Now you boy are Messi hand over to Lamine Yamal. I'm say hey Basafo. Mo ya mo say Chelsea for kasa. Can see am ka from me no radio. Me DMs mu me comment section. The bia mo ya mo say Chelsea for kasa. We'll see how that will happen, but of course.
And now my couple see a penalty.
Yeah.
And me your opinion sampling.
Yeah.
Abrante bi ba Ronaldo fans. And I'm say me your opinion sampling. Me say I'm for me ade am try to we very. Me man for me very tanka ho. Me say me pa man for opinion. Abrante was what you
me personally I don't agree with that rule. It per the rules of football a penalty. But I don't agree with that rule.
Okay. What's that show say a can say ding so not now awareness as
a form of course it is true and I understand that. Who say England versus Croatia. Penalty no Mujiti Luka Modric on Hurricane.
Yeah.
It happened the same penalty.
Yeah.
Mexico versus England. The same penalty.
Yeah, Hurricane there no.
And I keep on saying that for me that rule doesn't make sense. Because yes, it almost say it describes the player being careless. But Lucadini has controlled the ball. Waiting for the ball to land and he clears it. If you tell me that is careless in that room, maybe show where then I disagree.
Okay.
Whatever, I disagree with that rule. But of course, per the rules, it's a penalty in Tienra. France is were let down by it. The first code A BW 62 DFF 6DA. Second one A BW 62 DFEF E7FE. Third one A BW 62D 62DF DD6F. Fourth one A BW 62DF 0D45. And the last one A BW 62DEECE2. These are the codes and the figures. What's the first camera? 12 plus us, almost 13.
Wow.
And we are setting say UEFA Champions League players no. Best answer the be.
Muncha na betway na bibia nya kama. Emfa emamo. Katia Collins, good morning. I say England will go through. Rich, thrash me. I trust you. Bibia be fine. Ibu Masak also heard from Argentina. Argentina to England 1. Ghana DMs are going to there. Bebia
Nigeria for change.
Nigeria
for Cambodia.
So Argentina. All right. Yamna fear na Carlos Cruz you call you say you call World Cup and your fans on fi World Cup. You bought World Cup we obviously the mandate you know ayebe kan say abana wie ya anesa na se mo be kan say this week ya na be confirm the mamo say ampa yen come be edit from the sports ministry. And aban no including the GF no ebe pese Carlos Cruz and so beto adwumadi so e dey the Black Stars of Ghana. Nanona minister Honorable Kofi Adams watum nchine osi ampa sa so na de bae no no krom na omasha ase kra omo no opani no enso edi nkobo.
A conversation.
Okay, take from Fancha minim Kofi is about 11 D could be a machine. When the boy voice and Jude, I just am the man no voice.
I've begun.
The conversation had to be sounding formal.
Formal conversation have begun.
I began with him to renew his contract.
Yes, formal.
Okay, I'm saying baby akra na me peno. I don't know about no. Minister say I must start a formal conversation with coach no to continue. Na utie aya maso kono du onu coach ɔsɛ coach ne ba adeɛ baako a ɔbɛka sɛ the dwumadie ne man a yɛn nyinaa ɛbɛboa yɛn ɛne sɛ ɔde discipline about Black Stars team and a couple of them Lawrence Atizigi, Nana Odro Safo Sibosuro omu nyinaa sɛ dwumadie ne de ma ɔpani no a ɛyɛ but Kamina sɛ wo do nko a deɛ ɔsɛ debi coach na de no kɔbɔ World Cup and sɛ wo hɛ coach na aso ɔno yɛ de ne fix problem ɔfixe problem no wie ama gya no kɔ ama no nkɔ na pro bi ma no ɛntɔ dwumadie but sɛ wo tie from the sports ministry GFA coaches omo yɛ active and omo nyɛ active na omo se papa ne ma no nto aso
we know that say bro opinion they say are like noses obi are entitled to their own na no pay my mentia me bra back or Bronx or Hedjumedie no your friend Nana Boache a former military officer bro good morning to you share meet you omo ase no cre Ghana for quite some time now near who say indiscipline gradually a creeping into the team yejitum Carlos Cruz eba no naturally not discipline the team no or any huge profile na odeba per baby or free by any top stars who are managing automatically say players no mu ne kra na obviously omu ni any other option than say on by discipline because who him say he's an achiever at club level and the level no odeba no Real Madrid na coach enti wontimi mama meye rough ntre no ti players na ankasa ati ase so mo amu ye discipline and ono nso kra no rich na osan he papa ni age in the way na sound so serve as an advantage for us on say Spain for instance o head la Fuente or about 63-65 enti edru baby na challenge e ba ni say ontimi ni boys no flow yes La Fuente very humble but they be on the boys no ebe flow say they be anka omo level na betimi edi nkoma edi agredim prepare grow no e be dey kakra but the advantage in so say discipline naturally ebeba because rich sub me patrol uhu o papa ji obi anya well trained uhu obi a a certain age sa age bracket no ni say bi a your papa ana wona na
sure
enti Carlos Cruz, Calabria in Chimoka, they are Omon and Bearman no, but also Omana and Cruz. And Oba players living so Inaki Williams also there, a Omo Papa, by virtue of the age, you know, into almost my own papa. Naturally, Sadian and Casano, a bewo hose players no, and no, sad discipline, the bewo, Yentimin Buya Papa Nimtia. Unless Obia or Yakra Bonnie ye pon or yen there will stubborn, Yentimin Muno and Nimtia. Tisadiano in a way as an advantage kesiye and on a strong disciplinarian. But rich, your first anima when you a coach on a toda said they were carry who's very important. Crez no more carrying who ye. Obi a while when you but rich with all due respect on carrying who ye. Okay. And tis a one import sebano. Emanema. But bro, as someone here can won discipline obetimianya over a certain period. Because the reality is that Carlos Cruz by virtue of Nimfi, Carlos Cruz or Crystal Ball, say Abia all lasted 4 or 5 years or Ghana job. Rich Patrol Meboa. And the end show discipline as the basis, as the yardstick, as the criteria, and can say based on self discipline, no, they are by in team, no. And it is enough for us, of course, to know. No, we want to achieve, we have a target. You perceive a AFCON, and the reality is that Rich Ghana team now OCCN. I'll see you go through the friend of transitional period. Do you know why? First of all, yen key players almost in team no bebreji. Ray talk of Inaki Williams. Inaki didn't face it. Well, he's 32 years. Patroti. Jordan Ayew. Yen top scorer. Meboa. Me patrol Jordan currently in the age 34 years. Thomas Tay Pate. LC 33. Team no class na make an show no. And to ushen ye partner realistically, bro. Yen kasa the friend of transition no eyenum ne ba be fancy some players here yeken the next 2-3 years untimi when into almost so may expect much from them. And what rather we have to do is that for now we must start building a team. How we bet with the Abdul Fattah Ishai Kumu any Kudus Mohammed Mono said yes our boys ne Caleb Yuenchimu no mo assist no ye be you see our boys na the best out of them and only ade o se chance here edwene ho. Not winning an AFCON trophy, yentimi engine say, many prophet of doom. But bro, many why I share World Cup here course we be I share Morocco ball or but the quality. ne level and all the telepathy o team chemistry bibi omu ye bia ene o ka se o fa player for player kra no quality hwe mo local strikers o mu kra bro o kra Ismail Sabari meboa o sa o Sofian Rahimi Pato Ghana o striker bia betimi na a compete o sa department o bia betimi bia compete even uni power ni dan so kra no se menyo kra no oba hanu ma onhu so but so anya me point sure. 81 identifying a clinical striker ade o se ye hu adwuma
okay
yen sanjiri ye midfield na yen
discipline no go on dia batting
discipline no yen dream team building say hu bro
can't say man enough time on timi nye
bro
sa strikers na bia ni bi no on timi creative mind
rich oh no he doesn't believe in sanya man that much rather they believe in ekwan ya betimi afa so defend and maintain me in shape your structure
okay
entimi o side no hwe Pacho de la Fuente on ade entia na make Desmond affairs rich De La Fuente every Spain under 13 under 15 mo meboa e won start free at the system na se e na kakran why adwuma na che and won hu the Spain airpe from grassroots and why na odi ababa be wram wo senior team proper when your system ni
I think yes you come say we be
Morocco coach enye say be no e under 20 no do am je World Cup meboa so at the system na say enti said e be rope ankra ni in ni abuild am confidence level ni ehu the type of football e pese e bo no yenjira ba sa de ne ho at least the next 2 years and do certain level and sign your winning trophies because realistically Morocco da ho wo ho oni e be bo afcon Nigeria mu nyina wo ho omo free scene no mo omo nyanso in terms of quality no almost ready to say
but Jude at the end no coffee grandma na I'm so 10 minutes is clear also officially Oma shase omo no open ni di nkomo so
me no wadi awie me no wadi awie
yen hwe discipline because ade bi ya ye kasaba ko a wati omo se yen keep ni na omo na aka the same thing or the discipline about team nim yamane to aso ebeboan because Black Stars ade ba kwa na high discipline eno nko an ebe
oh ni eno nko an ebe but
go ebe si GBB papa no so hwe record on sheda nyo obi a odin kruwa as an why problem solver oba no fix problem ni di amount
have Renard Mokra no omukra time omujin kruwa na twem since that every Renard jin kruwa no he has become a journeyman
kwa kakra no akone na kata no mani ade
I think that in the process of squad building and as a team building, no, you need to layer first before you build. I think it's here with layering state. That's why for me, I'll stick with Carlos Queiroz. Okay. For the 2 years, number some demand, no. For me, I think I'll do that. Now, I thought saying a friend is saying a money league, you know, a sponsorship in the car production.
I go for the
yeah. Well, for me, maybe Black Stars in here, Queiroz no be on my trainer. I mean, for me, I think I've exhausted that topic on whatever I have to say. First of all, I want us that Malta Guinness for us. For the 4 years of my son, man, they have been brilliant. Which I don't have the numbers, but it has coincided with a lot of attention towards women's football in Ghana. So, Rich, you started a marble world crew, as you know. Now, it can say just a social experiment, but now it's business, visibility of clubs, and also Ghana new account now. Besides, almost a mar teams and show which my bobe 3-4. Benyam pim la kwa bacho. Obebo friend saying Azakes ladies abacho. Obenya Beria mo sembai with Omusi. They will get names for you.
And they are doing well
because now a marble no qualify Cocobo Cup Champions League ball playoffs. It is because for me, Malta Guinness, I don't know the mother company, but Malta Guinness and Edaso, they were fantastic in that sponsorship. 4 years they stuck with a marble, and it goes on to also remind us say, ball Kenyina at every level, ASICA, and corporate Ghana is very important. Now. So corporate Ghana needs to special product more. Unless your product is worth the cost, it's worthy enough to get those sponsorship. So I can say in China work happy. And a Goldfields Ghana Emma GFA for $5 million. So I'm finding Marbobo, I'm finding Black Stars, then a few other things. For them to come and be the headline sponsor for the Ghana Women Premier League, the next step because Goldfields, Guinness, El Honum, but Goldfields also on the top level in terms of level of the company. Which it is very, very good news because now there will be more money for MR teams. No,
your national teams also perform.
Yes, because we are developing good women from and you see the good thing is that young girls and they start because MR Bonnie transfer they are usually around, and then you can keep them, put them together, they play at the various levels and they go to the top.
Okay,
which is very positive, Rich. And you need to give credit to Goldfields for coming on board. But Adenti, this is a big question. Adenti that the bigger companies, the bigger corporate companies are sponging the friends say Mabo when they are not doing so for the Ghana Premier League. Remember,
so we are too obsessed with 3 points.
So it means that there's a problem with the products.
The Biamo Boom.
So products in here, there's a problem with it. And we need to solve it. Because if Goldfields will confidently go for women's football, once and can make more exposure, it tells you that there can be a problem in there that we need to look at it. But at the end of the day, it is fantastic seeing the sponsorship for your National Women's League. Ghana has it. We need to build on that. And so Kai Obia government GFA say corporate Ghana are your partners in development of football. So go to them, pitch to them, tell them why they have to come to Ghana football. Supporting Madi, supporting Mema there. Young corporate Ghana. Corporate Ghana be a corporate Ghana, no matter how big or small. So far as they can give you the money, rate $5 million.
Oh. Zafri 227 Pamcha predict and we are time to know Freya Abu Diana why your prediction not your kawaii Pamchawa Zafri 220 83581 83582 83583. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, great Richardo.
Pacho Udin Ewo ID Castle.
Samuel Yao Inku.
England, Argentina.
England 2, Argentina 0.
Mate, I tried the tour. Next caller. Hello.
Hello.
Pacho Udin.
Me de Dixon Q.
Dixon Q.
And I'm not now busy.
Pacho
Argentina be 2-1.
Argentina be 2-1 no ho.
Pacho.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Next caller. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, Rich.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Pacho Udin.
That's Cafe.
Pacho Udin here saying.
Frederick
Day. Ayonko Sima. Okay. Pacho England and Argentina. 0-0. Okay. Bemwa Obinya Chadie. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, Pacho Udin. Bashir Mohammed. England, Argentina. Argentina to qualify. Okay. Minimum say producers but so wood in media. Okay. Hello. Sorry. Next caller. Hello.
Hello.
Pacho, good morning.
Good morning.
Pacho Udin.
The friend Charles Station.
Charles Day. Okay. Pacho ne ye ne de na ma England Argentina.
Argentina 2, England 1.
Argentina 2, England 1. Okay. Memfa last caller na Impia Homra. Hello.
Hello.
Pacho Udin.
Pacho FM is Bok.
Pacho Adien.
Which is Bok.
Okay, Bok. Okay. Pacho England, Argentina.
England 2-1 against Argentina.
England better saying
2, Argentina 1.
Okay. Police are saying for last caller Nemra. Hello, last caller.
Hello.
Pacho Udin. NS Ofori. England, Argentina.
England, Argentina 1-0.
Okay, me Pacho Yati. Ebemwa, McBerry butter biscuit, McBerry London Oat digestive. Yebechobi na ye the t-shirt and the chin nano at the account. Yebasiana Ebatwaso at the amount. ya anisa na se mo be kam say this week ya na be confirm the mamo say ampa yen come be edit from the sports ministry ene aban no including the GF na no ebe pese cash crease and so be to adwumadi so e ama the Black Stars of Ghana nano na minister honorable Kofi Adams watum nchine osi ampa sa so we na de bae no no krom na amasa ase kra omo opani no enso edi nkobo.
A conversation.
Okay, take from Fancha minim Kofi is about 11 D could be a machine. When the voice is Jude, I just am the man no voice.
I've begun. The conversation had to make sound informal.
Formal conversation have begun.
I began with him to renew his contract.
Yes, formal.
Okay, I'm saying baby akra na me peno. I don't know about minister say I must start a formal conversation with coach no to continue. Na utie aye maso konadu onu so coach a. I say coach ni ba dia ba kon obeka say the dwumadi ni man ye ni na ebe boa yen and it's the discipline about Black Stars team and a couple of them Lawrence Atizigi, Nana Odro Safo Sibosuro women na say dwumadi ni de ba opani no a eye but come here say who do kwa de say debi coach na didn't come work up and so who help coach na as or no you didn't fix the problem or fix it from the sports ministry GFA coaches omo active and omo active now I'm say papa niam na ntoaso
we know me say bro opinion they say are like noses
yeah
obi are entitled to their own na no pay my mention me bra back or Bronx or Hedgmedi no a friend na Naboachi
okay
a former military officer bro good morning to you share meet you almost no crack Ghana for quite some time now. Me and say indiscipline gradually a creeping into the team. Yejitun. Carlos Cruz eba no naturally not discipline the team no. Over any huge profile na odeba per baby or free by any top stars who are managing automatically. Say players no mu ne kra na obviously omu need any other option than say on by discipline. Because who him say he's an achiever at club level. And the level no dey ba no Real Madrid na coach enti wuntimi mama meye rough ntre no ti players na nkasa ati ase so mo amu ye discipline and no so kra no rich na osan he papa ni age in the way na sound so serve as an advantage for us on say Spain for instance o he de la Fuente or about 63-65 enti edru baby a na
asara bi emma aye betway my catch was a battery about 10 years in here, and omo say omo point me 10 years no omo ene mo a mo ne a battery ye adwuma nyina e dini gidi atuni din it's your turn and you see a battery app no na efa etwa obeti na every action the ekoso world cup ni bia no just place your bet on it unim say yenso de us na na busi na udia sika bebre and am sabetimi and so aka every betway me ba only 18 years untimi entwa bi Samsung Gaming Commission of Ghana and so aji ade atum na yemfa birthday mi ensen emfa and sorry dear edikan Yewra Kofi Adjaman on manager Edema Katinka lotteries Mr. Kofi Adjaman happy birthday to you. In fact Oko Katinka lotteries our Mampon brancher opening on a manager opening baby will be an happy birthday to you nyami show na onyawo kese de da wakoma so bia nyankopon enyeni nyina emfa emma Mr. Kofi Adjaman happy birthday to you. Second one no and so Yewra Steve Opoku also when you're 67 years and you're retired regional director EC office in fact your western region Yewra Steve Opoku happy birthday to you nyame show pa na onya okese de de wakoma so bia nyankopon enyini nyina emfa ema happy birthday to you and the twatro kra no eye ohima ababa waso no fe ene eye ohima and so a birthday na ohima ewo sika ushering agency we fi wan kasa CEO asunaba ose yem show happy birthday also the do akoma so bia a nice special day in your life nyankopon enyini dina emfama ohima owo eye sika ushering agency etie for information na adom kasia no ento so yewie ya na obra at 1 jumadie no eto so enso etimi ediamam adom kasia